famous fantasy writer and we get royalties because it's based off of our stuff, then we'll be good, you know?
It's not based off of the stuff, though. That's the problem.
Please come here.
Well, fix
Well,
that.
start
Yes.
writing something else, Adam. Obviously,
My lap. Come on.
we need
to
them
my lap.
royalties.
Ugh.
That's right.
Nice virtual background, Len.
Right?
Very
Yeah.
cool.
It's so real.
It's
so
so
real.
real.
It's actually a
So
video.
real.
It's actually,
Actually-
a video we took.
Do you want to see
yeah.
this other cool virtual thing that I came up with?
Oh,
Len
impressively
stole our
lifelike.
cat.
Or
Adam, you're the D&D Beyond expert, right? How do I change my D&D Beyond thing on our screen so that
Say
it's
that
for the
he's-
condition crystal?
Oh, right.
It's
yeah.
technically
So
race. I think
what you
it's
do is
technically-
you go into my characters.
And then I
Oh,
go
we're gonna
and
get
then I
the
click
race
and then I
little
click delete.
delete.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Adam. Wrecked.
Oh my
pretty
god.
cool. Matt and I were on the exact same page. That
exact same
time.
page, exact same time. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Also,
I hate how long my hair is.
this is episode session 100.
100.
Hundy.
It's crazy.
So to be clear, it's episode what 26?
25.
25. Oh, that lines up quite nicely. So
Doesn't it?
we've
It's
only
very
been
aesthetically
streaming
pleasing.
with you fine people for 25, but the gang has been playing.
So what you
100.
guys have seen
December
is a quarter of
31st,
what has happened in this
2017.
game.
But we're working on ways to be able to relay all that past
Yes.
information.
Yes,
Trying.
absolutely.
Time travel.
There is this entire book
We
full
just
of
need a- we just need a
stuff.
time machine.
Got to figure out how to get that to you.
I'm just gonna
We're working on it.
reenact every session up until when we start.
Oof.
Word
don't
for
wanna-
word.
Word
So
for word. I don't want to
just-
relive the nail bog, Tim. I'm not going to. You can't make me.
There's a
Oh,
lot of things I
Yep.
don't want to
No.
I
relive.
wish I could go back and just replay that session.
I don't think
Take
I've
me back to
sworn at
Millbog.
anyone so much.
Such a good monster for any
Okay.
DMs out there.
Okay. For everyone who's, I mean, we've all been here for specific different amounts of time, but let's say favorite combat or like favorite fight that we've been in for episode to celebrate episode session 100.
Finn's constant internal struggle.
That's a great answer. I like that a lot. I like that a lot.
Whoa.
Damn. Okay.
All right. For me,
Set
it's
the
the
bar
Velsoon
high.
fight.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one?
The big bad one where Callie saved my life and we all cried.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you got knocked out of a demon portal.
Yeah. Backhanded. Sorry, I got backhanded out of a demon portal. Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Before
many
we
things
start,
went right in that fight. It was great. Sorry,
True.
go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, but before we started streaming, there was that fight with that elder brain where
yeah.
I kept knocking that dude into the pit. And the best part, my favorite part was, Yana had cast the irresistible dance on him,
Oh,
and so I knocked him
good.
into water, and so he just started drowning while doing the Charleston because he couldn't
Yeah.
swim.
Yeah,
Very good
that's
bit.
crazy.
I think the Elder Brain fight was my favorite as well, but it's because Kokanee's like so ill-equipped to deal with Illithid. Like int saves and charisma saves are
Yes.
0. And so I've been so stressed for like the moment that arc started, being like, this is gonna go so badly for Kokanee so quickly. There's nothing that'll fix this. Like the Illithid saving throw of 18. I'm not rolling like a 19 plus 0, so guess I'll die. And it went really super well. So that was my favorite for sure.
Good one.
That fight went real bad for Callie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it did.
Brain got ripped
That
out.
fight went really well for Clack. Clack was
Clack was the MVP of that fight.
Fucking clutched it.
The
Clax.
fairy fire.
I think Clack's favorite though is when he went into the city after Velsoom released the Garistro, like when he
Oh,
broke the
yeah.
seal
Oh,
and he
shit,
got
yeah.
impaled.
Uh,
But he was trying to help Callie, so he like
I have so many
Oh.
favorite fights. You reminded me of that one. That is one that I really enjoyed because Kelly and Kamea got to fight together.
Wow.
I think Callie's favorite fight is the Triton because that was one of the first fights she fought with Kamea.
Yeah.
And that's like when she figured out that like her and Kamea were like a thing because after the fight Kamea ran over like gave her a hug and healed her. I think that's her favorite. Or the
Think-
like Baron one because she got to kill the Baron.
Oh yeah,
Baron one. Wow.
that was throwback. I think my favorite was it's like a toss up between the first Battle of Gatestone Keep with Zacchus or the second Velsum fight in the mansion because Neppy got the kill with his Velsum, and that was so good. So good.
My favorite fight was the Nilbog.
Shut up, Tim Carlson.
We
It
didn't
went-
ask.
It went so well for the Nilbog for a while. Like the Nilbog was really on top for a lot of that fight.
You
And
had
it
half
went
of
very
us.
badly for
And
him.
he was just making them worship him. That
You
was-
had half of us like worshiping, and it
Hate
was the
somebody,
worst.
somebody
Yeah, it
was
was bad.
confused and they were just out of the fight. Oh man, it was so funny.
Ooh, I think actually saving Kern and Mira in the fighting ring in
yeah, that was a good one too.
yeah.
Oh, that was a good fight too.
That was a good one too.
Oh,
that
that
one
was
went
really good.
way better than I expected it to. And then
Yeah.
it ended with Neppy and Yana, I think, like pulling the skeleton and then obliterating the skeleton of one of
Yeah.
the guys.
Yeah.
Yana
I
raised the
used, I used like I can't remember. I think it's negative energy flood that brings
Yeah.
it back if you kill it. So we brought it back, and then Nepion turned dead, and
and then she like
everybody in that
pointed
town
at
hated us.
Zamarod and was just like, and she turned him into dust. Very, very, very good.
It was pretty vicious.
Also, I don't know if any of you have beverages, but I'm gonna raise my beverage here for a little cheers to all of you, my sweet friends, and everyone out joining us in chat tonight. Thank you.
Cheers. And Cody's back.
And Cody's back. Cody's back. Yanis is
Cheers.
missing
Adam has
tonight.
a knife.
That's not a drink.
It's-
That's a knife.
It's the closest thing that I had on hand. And it's
That's not
basically
a
a
knife.
drink if you
It's an
use
Australian drink.
Thank you all so
I didn't
much
like that.
for joining us and supporting us and being here to do this crazy, wonderful D&D thing that we do. We love this game. And I think honestly, when we all started streaming, we did not expect this. I think we always hoped for something like this, but didn't expect it. So thank you for loving this game as much as we do. Yeah, I'm very honored to be playing with all of you. And I love it. It's great.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sweet. Should
Oh,
we roll
yeah.
that intro?
Hell yeah.
Love that intro.
Wait, do we do sponsors first or
We'll do
intro?
announcements afterward.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Ba-da-da-doom, ba-da-da-doom, yeah, yeah, yeah. When you're stuck in quarantine and there's nothing on TV, come on down, come and see Blackwater D&D.
Yeah. Yeah,
Did
yeah.
it.
Never not good.
So much better with sound.
Yeah, so good with sound. We'll do some quick announcements
Mhm.
before we get started. Thank you so much to our fantastic sponsors, Legendcraft and Silverwing Armory. If you are interested in any of their products, please head on over to their respective shops, and you can enter the code Blackwater at checkout for a discount. That discount supports, or that purchase helps support these wonderful Canadian companies, and the discount helps us a little bit. So that's pretty nice. Additionally, please head on over to Facebook when you get an opportunity and search for the Vanguard RPG privacy screen, and that is Legendcraft's new product, and they are going to be kickstartering that at some point, and it's just so cool. Please go check it out and like the page and follow it for all of the updates. Also, a big
Yeah,
thank
it is like the
Go
DM
ahead.
screen that beat up all other DM screens.
yeah,
It's pretty beefy. It's pretty
Yeah.
rad.
Beefy.
it's super cool. And I think that there is some collaborations going on between some of our makers, so that's pretty exciting. And also a big thank you to our other two makers, Keisha from Fairy Dragon Dice and our wonderful artist Tiana, miss._Marston on Instagram. Please go give them both a follow and support them and tell you how much you love them, because we love them a lot too. couple more announcements on Chatwater on Monday. We have had some scheduling changes. So Tim will be joining us, but we will not be talking about him as a DM. We're going to be actually talking about role playing and how to be a helpful, effective, good role player. If maybe your table is not so into the role play, or you're wanting to get involved in a role play game, this will be a fantastic episode for you, and we'll kind of extend off of that player styles and archetype stuff we were talking about last week. And then on Wednesday, we have Behind the Screen is coming back for its second episode. Sean and Adam and Tim and Matt and Cody, or some variation of that combination, will be coming to talk to you about all things DMing. They are there to answer. Yep.
Cool. I'm prepared.
I love watching anyone who doesn't keep a planner just suddenly freak out when Em mentions something.
Jeez.
It's a
So there will be some combination of wonderful folks coming to talk to you about all things GMing. They answer questions from the chat. They kind of start off with a topic and see where it goes. So please come join and hang out. I know I'll be in the chat hanging out, so that'll be super great. And then I think that is that for the upcoming shows. And I don't think I have any other announcements. I think that's it. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff this week.
Sweet.
Come join us.
All right. So for those of you just joining us tonight, after exploring the Kobold village in the Money Hole, it was discovered that they were in the ruin of the Dwarven city of Sir Angdun, along with a long hidden note in the cellar of a ruined tavern. Further exploration led them to Argad's workshops. After pressing through a heavily trapped hallway, they arrived in a smaller chamber with 3 doors. The first room containing a number of odd Duragar tools, as well as an ancient Dwarven cabinet. After a tense few moments, Kokanee managed to open the cabinet, keeping his hand intact.
Nice.
And he found a set of exquisite tinkerer's tools, along with some sericite. The second room, seemingly untouched, 2 dwarven skeletons along with a hidden chest, which upon opening had a strange effect on Kokanee Lightkeeper. As you saw him fall backwards for a second, kind of slump over and then come to, his accent changed somewhat. As you see, Kokanee stands up, kind of looks wildly around. Who are you? Where am I?
You okay, Kokanee?
Okay.
You're looking
Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry. Remind me where
Kokanee, are you doing a Finnan impression right now? Or
Neppy would walk over to him.
It's not. I gotta say, it's not a very good one.
No,
I think
I think it was something in the chest. I'm not really sure.
Kokanee, are you doing a bit? You're not.
Wait,
because I've
what's your
never
last
seen you
name?
do a bit before.
What's your last name?
My last name is.
And what day is it?
Yeah, you got to pronounce Finn's last name. I can't even
pronounce
do that.
my last name.
Yeah, what's Finn's last name?
I'm sorry. My
I think
head
it's
is
so many consonants.
Nephew, I think he's got a bit of a concussion.
Can everyone
he doesn't
just
sound
hold
right.
it for a second? Neppy would walk in front of Kokanee or Kokanee's body at this point and look at him.
You can call this man Nokanee because he's not Kokanee.
Who am I to you?
You are you're my friend. Confidant.
She's
Incorrect.
her eyes narrow. You better be very careful with your next words because you're my husband.
Oh, right.
Sit down.
Okay, look, it's not what it seems like. I know.
She said sit down.
Sit down.
You see, the Kokanee sits down. I'm not your friend. I'm sorry. I've been in that chest a very long time, and I saw an opportunity and
What
I
is your
took it.
name? What is your name?
My name is Magran.
Magrin.
Yes. And well, it's a bit of a long story, but I was here with my mentor, and well, he put me in that crystal.
He sounds like a shit mentor.
No, he was trying to save our lives.
From?
Sorry, I would really like to hear your story. Magren, is he safe in there?
Yes, he can. He should be able to hear and see. He's fine.
Background. If we get a different body, can we put Kokanee in that? Because there's like 400 kobolds running around this place. Can we do a swapsies?
You could try. He could certainly try. Or look, I don't want your friend's body. This is, well, it's not really me. I'm a woman, so this is a bit uncomfortable. For me.
Right.
But I'd rather not be a kobold if I had a choice.
What about a cat?
I've
got a cat I can make.
Neppy, I'm going to walk over to the chest that's open.
I'll be honest, I don't know how to do it myself. My mentor did it to me, and he said he was going to go in the other crystal.
There's another crystal?
There's another crystal?
There should be 2 in there, is there not?
We should be careful. Whoever.
I'll take a peek.
We have to get Kokanee out of that box.
We'll get him out. We'll get a kobold or a druger or something.
I'd go stand right next to letters.
Yeah, that's what I need.
And I cast resistance on you also.
I love that. Let me take a look in that box. Let's see what happens. Let's roll them bones.
Yes, I know.
I'm going to pull out a piece of fabric too, so that if we need to cover one of them, we can.
Hold up before I do. Is this room particularly flammable?
Doesn't seem like it, no.
Bonfire in the corner. All right, we're good to go.
Some dust kind of sparks up. Yeah, make I mean, you can see like if you want to, like, how do you want to approach it? It's open. You can see he's open. The lid is closed again.
I'm gonna open that lid up.
Okay, you open it up, and you do see 2 crystals. They both appear to be a similar crystal to what you found in the cabinet that was labeled aerolite.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like they look like shards of Arathis. And you can see one of them has like a soft glow to it. The other one is just kind of opaque.
We got 2. Magrin.
You also see next to that there is a spool of what looks like mithril thread.
Tight. Magrin, what does this look like? Everything's on the up and up. Look at this.
Well,
take a look.
And
get over here.
He comes over and she looks. I mean, they should both, I think, be illuminated.
Does that
I assume
mean
that one has your friend. I guess he didn't do it.
Who's your mentor? Who's that?
Argad.
Argad.
This is Argad. This is his.
Do you know what year is it, Magrin?
I don't know. I'm not sure how long I was in there.
Do you remember what year was it?
Was it when you were put away?
745, I think.
Oh gosh. It's 2376. Magrin.
Oh. All right.
I'm gonna reach down into the box.
Okay.
And I'm gonna pick up the crystal that I think has kokanee, the glowing one.
Yep.
I'm gonna hold it. Darling, can you hear me?
You can't hear her.
Yes, I can hear you. Where am I?
Can I hear him?
No.
She'd wait a moment. I'm going to get you out. Keep you safe. I love you.
Oh, okay. Can I? Okay, I love you too. Can I, Tim? Can I just try to go back into my body like they did?
I don't believe so.
The fact that your name's Nokane.
I don't believe so.
Neppy, let me try something. May I? Can I take kokanee real
No,
quick?
because you can't take actions.
Yes. Please be careful.
I'm gonna try to. Can I make it like an Arcana check to see if I can switch places with kokanee?
Sure. You can make an Arcana check.
Yeah,
see if
let's
I
do
can
this.
figure
And we
out what this
shuffle.
is.
We shuffle
Yeah,
enough
I
times.
love
yeah.
Shoddy being nappy.
Oh, natty 20!
Do you know the spell Magic Jar?
Oh yeah, I've come across that.
Yeah, you come across it. You know that Yana has that spell. You know that she knows that spell. So you're somewhat familiar with it. You know that if the crystal is destroyed, then she will be kicked out of Kokanee's body, and her soul will, like his soul, should return if it's nearby. You would know that if you cast it, you could theoretically. You have to cast it into an empty vessel. So you don't know of a way where you can switch.
Oh, that's less fun. Okay, well, I mean, to get kokanee back, we just have to smash this thing. Which means we need an empty vessel for Magna, or else she...
We already got one in the box.
No. It has to be the vessel that she came from. Otherwise, the spell gets messed up, right? If it's like Magic Jar, you don't go back to another vessel.
Can't we
But
put her
if
in?
you-
Can't we put her in the other diamond?
If you do it a second time and you shunt her soul into a different jar, and then we smash the original jar and his soul goes back,
Magna, what did you do? What were you meant? I mean, he was a
what were you
tool
being
boy.
protected from?
Yeah, that question, then my question.
Well, Argad said that the queen was sealing the city, and that this was likely our only means of escape.
Did you? Sorry, continue.
I don't know why she was. I remember she had her husband, the king, and his entire clan executed publicly. She found out he was siphoning money from the treasury.
What was the king's name?
King Fangrin Goldhelm.
Was the king friends with anyone named Erkin?
I don't know. I
You
didn't
don't know
know the
that
king.
name?
Finnan, make a Erkin. You can make a Erkin, right? Make a Erkin.
Right, yeah. I make an image of Erkin.
You recognize this guy?
Not really. It's been a long time. I don't really remember a lot. But I know that the king was looking for something. The queen said he was obsessed with it, and that's why he was stealing from the kingdom. And Argad was close with the queen, and he could tell something was wrong, and he said this was the best way.
No, I'm so sorry. Continue.
To protect us and the hearth.
The Hearth?
And the Hearth of Ages.
The Hearth of Ages.
He said it had gone cold.
What is that?
It's a hearth of sorts we use for forging. And it's sacred. It's said to be the seed of Seer.
Didn't we pass that on the way in here with the other two gentlemen?
You've been to the hearth?
Maybe. Is it? Do you know which room you're in? Is it next door? We passed a forge. I don't
know that.
With the two big statues out front.
No, the Hearth of Ages is near the Anvil Eternal. It's in.
That doesn't really narrow it down for us.
Sorry, it's a temple of sorts. It's generally sealed off to outsiders.
I don't know if there's much sealing going on currently in the city. That it's pretty.
It is overrun. Does the name Task mean anything to you?
No.
I believe that Task was a dragon figure that may have co-opted this place for its own gain.
Why?
To ascend to godhood as a god of greed and wealth.
There was nothing down here. Our gold had been stolen and the mine was full of pyrite.
They have been mining that pyrite and have somehow figured to use bags of golding to take in gold and platinum and return pyrite. They have co-opted this operation. There are printing presses on the main tunnel. Everything is funneled through. Kobolds have been working here. But there wasn't something happened here recently. You are the first more humanoid entity that we have come across.
Right. I don't know. I don't know how to help you.
I do. Magrin, you know this place well? Do you know, like, how to get past secret doors and stuff? You live here. You know about, like, security and stuff, right?
Where are you trying to go?
Everywhere. We're real curious people. We want to go behind the door with the statues. We want to go to the Queen's chambers. We don't want to leave a rock unturned while we're here.
I can show you where the Queen's chambers are. I should be able to get you into the Hearth of Ages in the Anvil Eternal if they're still there.
That's great.
I can take you there.
We need to find you a body.
I was actually just thinking about that. Magrin, do you know like metal people who like walk around and they're friends with Erathis? Like little metal people.
There's
folk.
Stories. I've heard a few fairy tales.
You don't have any here in the city.
I don't know. If we did, they would be in the Golem workshop. If it's even still there.
Erathis would have fallen long before, 700 years or so.
I mean, we had golems, if that's what you're talking about.
I reckon if we maybe pop you. How big a golem? Like, do you have like a what?
All sizes.
Assuming you were a dwarf, yeah?
Yeah.
If you can find like a dwarf-sized golem and just like pop the crystal in there, and maybe not the Kokanee crystal, like we put her in a different crystal and then we get Kokanee back and then we put the crystal in a golem and maybe it works.
I'm sure Nessa and I could figure something out.
Yes.
So we go to the Golem workshop to look. We have two options. We can make Magran a Warforged person, Golem person, or we can get a Golem Kokanee, which sounds like a real upgrade to me.
I think we'd have to ask Kokaney's permission first.
I
Kokanee,
think
Kokanee, say something if you don't want to be a golem.
I feel like his
hear
wife
him.
might disagree.
But I can't hear us.
He can.
If,
I don't know if he can hear me.
I mean,
Try-
if it's the spell, I think it is.
Oh, that's good.
Try to
if-
glow brighter if you want to be a metal man.
He can't do that either.
If you can get me to the anvil in the hearth, I can try to forge myself something. That's what I do.
Love that.
Make
Love that.
robots.
Wait. Can we do
I forge.
Can we do a Blackwater huddle real quick?
Yeah, Magda, Gran, give us a sec.
Cool.
Magrin,
Huddle up where?
Yeah, yes. She would go like very hesitant to leave, but yeah, would come over.
Oh, like we can still see him, just like
Mhm.
in a whisper. Okay. So like this person seems fine, but like what if we give them access to like a warforged body and then they turn out to be super evil and try and kill us? I mean, like they haven't tried to kill us as Kokanee. I don't think he could use his gun, but I'm a little worried. I want to trust this person, but I'm a little worried.
If
Would you
if
let-
we break the gem, does her soul just?
Yeah, Kokanee should go back. If it's a spell, I think it is. Kokanee should go back, and then she's just gone.
She has been
That's
in there.
not great.
She
For a
also
long
seems
time.
like a good source of information.
Yes. Would you? I think that we need to do everything in our power to get Kokanee back in his body, and I think we need to give her a chance to have some semblance of a life. She's been in that box for some time.
What if we give her a kobold body first, and then we kind of feel it out, then we get our Kokanee back?
If she dies in that body,
She dies in real life.
they're very. They're not the most hearty. She will. For now, she will likely be more safe in Kokanee's body.
Not to be rude to her, but we just met her. Can we put her in another crystal? Can we get Kokanee back? I would rather have Kokanee back.
I think the gem swap idea is a strong one, if we can do it.
Can't do it today.
We'll have at
It'd
least
take me like. No, I guess I could do it in one day because I just have to cast the spell once.
Magren.
Yeah.
Real quick, we're still having a aside, but this might be pertinent information. How far is the Hearth of Ages? So like
It's not terribly far. I mean, to get here, you would have gone through the kind of main part of the city.
Perfect, like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
10-minute walk.
Probably.
Oh, great. We can get
Also,
Kokanee back in like 10 minutes.
Scale of 1 to 10, how likely is it for you to turn out to be evil and betray us and kill us all?
I'm not.
1 to 10.
I guess a 0.
Insight check.
That's not a number between 1 and 10.
Yeah,
Make an insight
it's a
check.
loophole. I'll make an insight check. I don't care if I have a minus
As
1 to
usual,
wisdom. I roll a 12.
Yana does not read people well. That's a
I don't want to
one.
make an insight
Wasn't
check
two.
on that yet. I'll have another question for her first.
I
You guys
rolled
go
a
ahead.
12. Does she seem evil?
Well, she seems pretty on the level. She seems like
Wizards.
pretty out of it. She's not spoken to anyone in a
Is
very
she
long
still
time.
sitting or is she standing?
She's still sitting.
I'd go over and sit in front of her. Magrin, I need you to understand that the person whose body you inhabit is one of the most important people in my life.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I understand. I need you to look me in my eyes and I need you to promise me that you will take care of that body.
Of course.
Insight check that. 23.
She seems genuinely. You can tell she feels bad.
Yeah.
There's like sort of a pained look on Kokanee's face that you recognize.
Magrin, I need you to take the implement that is on your back off, please, and pass it to me.
Takes it up. Hands. I
I'm gonna put.
I don't know what that is.
Probably best you don't. I'm going to put his gun in my bag. I need you to take that satchel off, please.
Right. She takes it off. Because can I keep a sword?
Yes, the one on your hip will be quite powerful for you.
All right.
You can also walk on the wall on the air. It's pretty cool.
Those boots.
Right.
Also, if you don't mind, may I have your wedding ring? The wedding ring you're wearing, please.
Sure.
Just in case.
I don't think it's binding or anything. I don't.
No, but.
Of course.
Please. Thank you. Also, there is something very important that I'm going to tell you now. And if you've promised me already that you're going to take care of this body, it is not just my duty as his wife to take care of him, but it is my duty as the high priestess of Neptisiket at Temple Philenis, Caracal, and Ace and Onyx, that I keep him alive. Do you understand?
Right, yeah, I do. Sure.
Good.
I'm sort of regretting my choice to jump into him. He seems like a very important person.
He is.
Just assumed you were.
You could go back until we find you another body.
I don't know if I can. Yes.
Insight check.
Okay.
Try, because I'm pretty sure.
It's a 9.
9. She seems like it seems like she doesn't really know. Like she didn't cast the spell on herself.
Has she been
I don't know.
Can I also
genuine
make an
through
insight
this
check on that?
conversation with me when I've been telling her how?
Yeah.
26.
I'm
For
pretty
the
sure
conversation that you had?
Yep.
You had already made an insight check.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I meant for anything else she told me after. Okay.
I got a 24.
24. Can everyone take their headphones out?
Love that.
Callie,
I can still hear.
you can tell there's like she may know, but you can tell there's like a bit of hesitation of going back in the crystal. There is like it's just a very brief sort of flash of fear. You can tell there's that hesitancy comes from a place of fear. Okay, everybody can. Yeah. Oh yeah.
When she says that, and she's gonna look right at like Kokanee and be like, "We'll get you back in a body, I promise."
Make a persuasion check.
That is 28.
Okay. She looks at you and she kind of leans in. By the Hearth Mother, if you don't get me a body, I will haunt you.
Whoa!
Callie,
Don't.
She
Callie's
closes her eyes, and you can see Kokanee's body goes limp and starts to fall.
Catch him?
As you kind of catch him, you feel sort of like there's like a brief second where he's just totally limp, and you can feel he's still breathing, and then you feel kind of like a jolt awake as Kokanee, you are back in your body.
Magrin?
So stressful.
It's me.
Didn't have you just like
What's my last name? What's my last name?
Yeah, say
What's
his
my
last
fucking
name.
last name, you piece of shit?
No, wait. Spell it. Spell his
Yes,
last name.
spell my last name.
Letters.
I
Nobody
can't
can spell
even
his
do
last name.
that.
That was a
It's
trick question. He
Kokanee.
passed.
Tim, Callie's
I
gonna
can't
go
even spell
take
it.
the box with the diamond in it, and she's gonna put it in her bag.
Wait, look.
Callie, be really, really
You can
careful.
see the shard, the aerolite shard is kind of glowing a bit.
We need her to forge the body. Okay, here. Okay, we'll go there. Wait, but she knows where it is. Look, let me be Magda for a sec. Fuck, Magda.
No, stop.
No?
Okay, we can't have anyone else be Magda again because I know we sort of trust her now. But if anything happens to you while you're in that crystal, you're gone. If it's the spell I think it is, you're just gone.
Like if the crystal gets broken, or if like our
Yeah.
body dies.
If your body's alive and she's in it and the crystal breaks, you're just gone. And if the body dies, that's also bad news. It's all bad news. And I don't want any of you to die.
So we shouldn't jump.
Just reading it super quickly, because Spooky would know this. It's
Mhm.
if one of us is in the crystal and she's outside of 100 feet in one of our bodies, you're gone. Not like revivable gone, like your soul is destroyed.
Sick.
So like if you like put her in letters and she's like cool peace and like teleports away, and letters is in a gem and it breaks ever, letters is gone.
Yeah.
Or I will like ask a kobold for directions. So.
It's,
Like we can probably put her in a kobold for 10 minutes. Like that's.
Yeah,
Gonna
we
be
just also have
re-equipping
to be really
Kokanee
careful
as this
with,
Thank you. Yeah.
with the crystal so that she doesn't die either.
Yes.
What about
Yes.
this? And I summon the cat.
The cat's not a person.
It's not a person. It's not
It
sentient.
also
think that's the
doesn't want to
same
be
thing.
here. Put the cat away.
I throw it on my shoulder and it evaporates before it hits the ground.
Wiggles Slick is suddenly standing on my shoulder and just crosses all 8 of his arms and looks at you like,
All 8 just wrapped itself into a ball.
It's just-
Dude,
Dude, that's
he's really
that's-
upset.
pops
how you
like
know
a
spiders are
tomato
dead.
when they hit the ground, because that's what tarantulas do.
And then he just vanishes. Like he's just a brief moment of disappointment.
guys, if I can, I think I know how drastic this is because I just promised her. And if I don't find her body, she's gonna haunt me.
well,
And I think
Keep going. You're on
think-
the roll.
Go, Kelly.
I think even if she doesn't haunt me, the promise I made her and not being able to find her body will haunt me. So when we get to the room where she can make her own body, I will be switching with her. So she can build her body. I will go into the crystal. She can build herself a body. And then we'll get me out. Because I made this promise.
fair.
All right.
With you
I
every
will
step
say
of the
that-
way.
I don't think she can haunt you if anything happens to the crystal, like just mechanically speaking.
Just the promise is enough to haunt
No,
me.
I understand. I'm just saying, like
Finn again has
one-
become a ghost expert.
one less worry. Well, if your soul's destroyed, it's hard to be a ghost, you know?
Kelly, I appreciate your. I appreciate what that took to make that promise, and thank you. Whatever it takes, I'm with you. Whatever it takes.
She was just scared.
Of course. I wasn't helping. I was just worried. So we go to the hearth, and we go
Yeah.
to the sacred anvil,
We
and
do.
we forge her a body.
Just like a quick back and forth. Can Magrin pop? I'm happy to volunteer for this. Pop into me. Tell us where to go, and then pop on back because we have no fucking clue where we're going. Magrin, pop on in. Pop. I welcome you in. Just tell us where to go, and then do a flip back, please.
Make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, you're good at passing those.
You also get my plus
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, that's like a 27.
You're just sort of waiting there.
Magrin, come on.
Can you choose to fail it?
The box is also in Kelly's bag. Question?
Yeah, I think she has to be able to see you, but I assume you would have held it out. I don't know.
Doesn't say
No.
anything about a willing target, does it?
I don't think so.
No, it doesn't.
That's just a charisma saving throw.
Fuck, I'm just too charming.
So even if I cast it on myself that time we were planning it to, I would have had to throw it. That seems.
No, if there's nothing in your body, you can just possess it. Like if
Oh.
there's no, and if you're casting it on yourself, you can separate it. But if you're trying to possess a body, if there's another creature in that body, then they have to make a charisma saving throw. But if there's nobody, like if it's just empty, then it automatically.
All right, Callie, back up. Contrary to popular belief, I am much less charming than Finnan. So Magrin, get in it.
Make a charisma saving throw.
You also get my +4.
No. I
he
told
told
you
you
to
to
back
back
up.
away.
Oh. I'm okay.
I'll hold the crystal, and I hold the
Yeah, it's
crystal.
a 7. It's a 7.
So you feel kind of like you watch Letters kind of like slump.
I
and then
got you.
Kind of get, yeah, he's like, oh, okay. As he kind of opens up.
Thank
Right.
you for doing this, by the way. I can't be pleasant.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. I guess I'll be quick. It's just past if you go through the main where you came from, down this hallway, past the Queen Chambers, it should be the next tunnel after that.
The next
Love
one
that.
near the Queen's Chambers. 1 minute. That would be. Hold on. Is that the one marked the descent?
No, that goes down into the mine. It should be between the mine and the Queen's Chamber.
Oh, that one has been. That was the one that Spooky saw that was painted over, the one called the Erkin Express. Something. The operation that has been down here has been co-opting the space, so this may not be as simple as us finding the Hearth.
I think, 1,500 years have passed? The geography tends to change.
If that's where it was, whoever's down here, if they've gotten in to the Hearth, I would be surprised.
All right.
Perhaps they have.
You know
Also-
how to get into the Hearth.
Yes. Give me 1 second while I think about it.
No, of course. You've been in a stone for a very long time.
It's
You
just,
ponder.
It's been
It's
a
been a
while.
while. I get it. No, for sure.
so many notes in my head.
Yeah,
While
no.
you're at it,
Something.
what was your cousin's name? Your parents' name? I need
Right.
like 50 more names.
This is my mother's name.
You'll need. Do any of you have a hammer by chance? Magical.
Like a warhammer.
Any kind
Oh.
of hammer. It's magical.
Yeah, no,
You
the
do.
one that you're in right now, big fucking hammer.
Good. You'll need that. You'll need to make a prayer to Seer, the Hearth Mother.
Is that who this is?
Yes.
Ah, right.
You don't. Right. I guess you're not a dwarf. You know.
Have
Here,
I
Lavin, would
ever
you be-
heard the name? Go
Sorry,
ahead.
yeah.
Have I ever heard the name? Like, I know Seer Angdun, but have I ever heard the name Seer as a dwarven god?
You can make a religion check.
Okay. That's cocked. 29.
You have seen it written,
Right.
and it's more of like a footnote
Okay.
of like from like a past kind of like a compendium of worshipped figures, but there wasn't anything about Seer. It was sort of like a Seer in like a list of dwarven kind of gods and goddesses, and there was kind of a question mark next to it. It seems like if it was, it has been lost to time.
Then, unfortunately, Seer is not one of the worshipped or more spoken about dwarven gods to my knowledge, and granted, I am not a dwarf. But as a religious person, I have not heard of her much.
Okay. you can see on her face, there's like on Letter's face, there is a sadness that kind of drops over it.
Relauven, would you be mad at me if I said a prayer to a dwarf god about opening a door?
No.
Cool. The last guy got real mad if I prayed to someone else.
No, Finn, and I am, as far as I know, I'm not a god.
I love to hear it. I'm happy to say the door prayer if needed. I know
Right.
each of you kind of lend an allegiance, and I wouldn't want you kind of moving against that. So I don't have any allegiance in any way other than to the big man.
She is the dwarven goddess of the hearth and family and unity.
She sounds nice.
She sounds lovely.
She was. Yeah. Right. I guess if you need me, just let me know.
We'll take care of you, Magrin.
Before you go,
Oh, yeah.
Kelly's gonna walk over and give her a really big hug.
Oh.
Thank you. She kind of closes her eyes, and as you're hugging her, you can feel Letter's body kind of goes limp for a second. As you kind of hold the weight and then kind of comes back.
This is nice. I don't think we've ever hugged before, canonically.
I don't think so.
This is nice.
Kelly
We
would
should
give
do this
Letters a
more.
big hug.
No. Oh, great.
Well, she's trusted us enough and been in that box for some time. Let's do her right.
To the Erkin Express.
Let's go find a secret door.
Yes.
So you head back through the main chamber.
And that third door is still there, the one that squished the cat, right? Okay.
Yes, yeah, the one.
That's the golem chamber, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're pretty confident. Yeah, it says over the door, I think, the golem assembly.
We want to try maybe just trying the crystal on the golem.
No.
Or nope, not a point. All right.
Nah. We'll circle back because I want to get into the Queen's quarters. I want to know what that's about. But we made a promise. We're going to do that first.
Also, the note that Yana found.
Yeah.
One of you found. I wonder if
It was me.
Letters you found.
Thank you.
I forgot to ask Magrin if she wrote it. Who M is, if that was her.
M might have been Magrin, yeah.
Yes. Might jog her memory a bit. If she's out.
We can ask her when she's made herself a body.
Yes.
I don't think it's worth like pulling her back out, you know.
No, I didn't mean that. I was just reminding myself.
Yeah. Good call.
Okay.
Shall we?
So you make your way back through the tunnel, this time being more familiar with the layout and knowing the crystals on the wall. I will have you all make a collective wisdom saving throw.
Oh, God. Whoop.
Do we get Callie's bonus?
Yes.
Yeah, you're all
16.
Oh, no. Guys, I'm so nervous to drop the dice.
$28.
28.
Dirty 20.
27.
17.
17.
Okay. So as you're walking down, you get probably about 30 feet as you're kind of walking down the center of the hallway, familiar with the traps that are kind of within this hallway. And then all at once, Letters, Kokini, and Finnan all.
What about Clack?
Oh yeah.
Just want to add more to the shit sandwich.
And Clack. Clack also failed his. As you see the four of them just split off very abruptly into the fog, and you lose sight of them as they travel to each side. Letters and Clack go to the right, and Finnan and Kokini go to the left. As you all kind of catch glimpses of these diamonds in the wall, and you're just like, Right, there's diamonds. We need diamonds. And you all reach out to touch them.
Sick, there's a diamond in the wall.
Wait, was that
Uh,
everyone but me and Neppy?
And
Spooky.
Yana.
And Yana.
Yeah.
Very good at wisdom
Oh.
saving.
Look at the
throws.
girls.
The men.
Ladies, just keeping it
We also
together.
very bad.
Really?
I need the 4. Well, I'll do it for Clack, and then 3 of you need to make Constitution saving throws as you all take.
Yikes.
21.
18.
17.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Oh, this is
too.
poison. This is gonna feel bad for Kokanee.
No, man.
Man.
That absorb elements doesn't work for
Is
poison.
poison an element?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, you all take 19 points of piercing damage as you feel these darts slam into you. And what's Clack's? Ooh, yeah, no, he failed as well. So Kokanee, as the darts kind of hit you, you feel them kind of up your legs. You sort of have a moment, you kind of blink, and then all of a sudden you kind of, your head gets heavy as you slide down to the ground, asleep. Kokanee, or Letters and Finnan, you both kind of like the darts hit you, and it kind of snaps you out of it as the like the gem in the wall just kind of crumbles to dust.
Ow.
And they're in the fog.
We have to have gotten all the gems by now. I feel like we've set off like 8. Right?
You don't see any other in your sort of peripheral vision.
Oh,
but you
shit.
also, Letters, you cannot see anyone around you. Finnan, you're the same. You can't see anyone around you. It's like the denseness of the fog.
I'd be calling for them in the fog.
Yeah, you can hear them calling for you.
I create a bonfire.
Come here.
Letters is at the bonfire.
Do we see it?
Kokanee?
You can a little bit. You can see there there is more illumination within the hallway, but the way that like with bright light in a fog, it doesn't make it more visible. It's like Letters. It makes it harder for you to
Diffuses it.
see. It's like high beams in fog, so you can see less now.
Is
but you
Kokanee
do-
beside me, or he's like he just went the same direction as me, but
he
like
was
along
going in the
wall?
same direction, but you kind of split
Yeah.
off.
Okay.
So you don't see anybody around.
Can we clear this fog?
I tried a couple times, and it is resilient fog.
What dispel
Try
magic?
again.
I think that's what we tried last time. We just potentially wasn't strong enough. I don't have the ability to do that, unfortunately.
I can
anyone's
dispel
really-
magic.
Windy. We could.
Give it a try, Callie.
Okay.
Um,
You're casting it at just at its 3rd level.
yeah, can I upcast it or?
You can, yeah.
Don't. I think I tried upcasting it at like level 5. It's not going to do much for you.
Yeah, I'll cast
See.
it at 3rd level. I don't think I've
Okay.
ever cast.
So you'll have to make a dispel or a spell check. So roll a d20 and add your spell casting modifier.
Now, if this is an ability, I didn't say it
Which is
beforehand.
charisma.
Never mind.
So
Yeah,
I
it'd
just
be-
add the number under my.
Just charisma.
I
no
roll a
proficiency.
d20 and then add.
Add
4?
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get it, girl.
I don't use spells unless they're.
And to your answer, it is an ability check, but I don't know that you'd be able to cast guidance on it because it's
Guidance is
essentially
skill check.
yeah,
19.
19.
Ooh.
Yeah. So as you kind of like focus, you
Get
can
it,
feel
Callie.
the wild mother's warmth kind of, and there's this breeze that kind of comes through and clears out about 30 feet worth of fog, and you can see Finnan, Kokanee. Kokanee is on the ground, just slumped on the ground, and you can see
Stunning.
Clack is also slumped on the ground about 10 feet away from Letters, very close to the bonfire that he created, just on the other side.
Did somebody fall asleep last time by one of these, I think?
The little guy threw a potion and made people fall asleep.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go over to Kokanee and is he breathing?
He is breathing.
I'm gonna try and wake him up.
you kind of slap him around and he sort of wakes up.
Sorry.
Hi.
Hi. You were sleeping.
The fog's gone. Kelly did a
Kelly.
good job.
Kelly.
Callie.
Yes.
I can dispel magic, guys.
Well done, Kelly.
You can
Thank
see
you.
at the edge of where she's like about 5 feet in from the edge of where like there's still fog beyond it. It just seems like this 30-foot section is clear, but you can see about 5 feet of that pit as well.
Kokanee,
Nice.
first you bloody in a crystal, now you're sleeping. You're lying down on the job, mate. Come on, step it up.
Second time I've been put to sleep today.
Can I go wake up Clack?
No. I want to do something with Clack. I don't want to wake up Clack. I just want to pick him up and just let him sleep. I'm just gonna carry him.
Like a
Cause
kid who fell asleep
sweet
in the car.
baby.
Sort of curled
Day.
up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Very,
carry
In
he
there.
looks very much like you. Like you've never really noticed this before, but when Clack sleeps, he looks just like a rock. Like he almost blended in with the wall.
He wears clothes though.
Yeah, that's how you could spot him. You were like, that rock's wearing clothes.
Is he
And
like one of
seems
those?
like it
Is he
seems
like one of
maybe
those kids who are a super rigid sleeper where they're just like a plank?
No,
or is he
he's
like
curled up into like a little.
is he
He's like
the-
curled up.
Curls in
He like
Sweet
curls
baby.
up, and it's like
Yeah, but when Letters scoops him, is he like
yeah.
is he like a hanger or is he like
yeah,
dead
he is sort
stiff?
of his leg and his arms kind of hanging out.
I'm just like,
Thank you, Kelly. That's wonderful. We'll leave sleeping Petch lie. Yes. Scissors.
Sorry.
Babies.
As you head back through, you're able to kind of get around the diamonds on the edges as you know where they are, and you have dispelled those ones. And you get back outside into the main chamber, and you can see where the Queen's tunnel is. That's like partially caved in, and then beyond that, kind of just around the corner, you know where that's where the Urkin Express tunnel is.
We go there.
Okay. So you head over to a somewhat smaller tunnel, but you can see there is kind of a loop of minecart track, and then the track continues on down that tunnel. And you guys head down?
if we go down the Urkin Express, I've been shot by a few things. I feel like we could run into some trouble down the Urkin Express. Do we just want to take a quick breather?
You can see, like, after about 10 feet, it gets very dark in that tunnel.
Should we take a rest? I could also use a bit of a moment.
I'm pro rest. Anybody else pro rest?
Yeah, let's do it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good. I
Just take
put
a-
down Clack and I take my cloak and I put it over him.
Oh,
I
sweetie.
just let him be
Use
undisturbed.
Are we
Use
taking a
it.
long?
Short.
Shorty, just a shorty.
I think.
Yes, you take a short rest.
Use some hit
Just while I
dice.
wait.
As you're sitting there, you hear kind of like the gentle clinking of coins falling down in the center of the chamber,
Hate that.
kind of intermittently.
So are they now that we've kind of destroyed all the grates, they're just sort of like falling and piling up?
In the middle of the room.
Is this a short rest or long rest that we're taking?
Short.
Cool.
What did I just say in my head? 29. What is that plus? Okay. Hit dice. That feels really good with my 73 health back up in the triple digits. That feels good.
Yes,
as
that
you
also feels good. There we go.
Sit
Love that.
and kind of take a short rest in this large chamber. You can hear that, like, a few kind of it's relatively quiet other than the coins, but you do hear some kind of distant rumblings and things like that. That kind of softly echo through the chamber. You hear the occasional kind of rock fall, clattering of stones, things like that.
I'm not much for perception, but do I hear Fucking kobolds creeping up on us.
You can make a perception check.
I'll
Little
try.
trappy babies.
That's a 9.
I'm so
Alright.
glad to be in the triple digits again.
It's
Right.
hard to pick out. Like
What are those?
sometimes you hear the what you think is clanking of stone, but then you look and you can see coins kind of rolling. It's difficult to sort of pick out where it's coming from, as it's such a large chamber. Things are echoing in kind of a strange way. So you don't notice anything. You don't kind of sense anything in your immediate area.
Yeah, that sounds about right for letters. Cool. Are we just gonna ride a minecart?
I mean, if it's
How many of us fit?
should we walk? Follow it?
Yeah, there's like a pathway on either side of the minecart track.
Yeah, that feels better.
Rather than take a minecart. I feel like that's too fast. I don't know. We could zip through it, but we could also trigger a bunch of traps. I don't know.
Slow and steady. Slow and steady.
Steady.
Oh, is that
Okay.
Kobold? Kobold? No, you guys.
Cobalt.
Is it still there? The one I put the note on?
It is gone. You
It's
walk
my
by, it is gone.
Is this asking whether or not? Sorry, we're gonna take the minecart down or just like walk?
Yeah.
Should we consider that if there's like tripwire traps or anything, we send a minecart and then walk behind it?
That.
It's a good idea.
Big brain time. Holy.
The only thing to consider with that is if we do that and there's like people hanging out on the other end and just out of nowhere a empty minecart appears, that might be something, but I think it's probably might trigger some traps if there are.
They'll hear us coming anyways.
Yes.
We're
Cool.
so loud.
Not quiet.
Yeah.
Not a sneaky group.
Unless Kokanee casts silence, then we could be pretty sneaky.
Doesn't move with us.
Darn.
What if you cast it on? No, you can't cast it on.
It's on a
No.
point.
It's
Not
on
an
a point.
object.
I don't think it comes with us though.
Boo. All right.
It'd be crazy if it
Fucking-
wasn't on an object.
If it was on an object, you could just like ruin wizards.
Silent bombs, like flash bangs.
Not a bang. There would be no
But the
noise.
reverse.
So
The reverse of flash.
a flash. Shh.
That's what every D&D SWAT team would use when they were taking down wizards.
Well, I'm ready to go if we've spent our hour short resting.
Yep.
Yeah, let's
you-
send that cart.
All right.
Okay.
So you kind of
Uh,
step up. You can see after about 10 feet, like there is a bit of a slope to it. And you can see it's kind of a gentle slope. It doesn't seem like a very steep slope. But you can see that there is like, it gets very dark kind of suddenly after about 10 feet.
I'll create a bonfire in the cart so we can see where it goes.
One hot cart.
Go,
Hop
cart,
bonfire.
go!
You
Push.
push. As soon as it gets past that 10 feet, you can't see it. As it just, you can hear it kind of rumbling along. What sounds like a while.
What does Finnan see, assuming it's magical darkness?
Yeah,
Just
can
to
I
put
see it?
Yeah, you can see it. You can see it just kind of rumbles along. It seems like the tunnel goes for it's probably about 150 feet. I don't know if
Yeah,
you can see that
that's-
far.
My dark vision range is 180.
Okay.
These are the goggles.
So you see it kind of go along this mine cart, and you can see it kind of. You sort of all sort of barely kind of hear it, but you hear sort of like a gentle kind of thud as it kind of slams into what looks like a door, a large door, like the minecart tracks go underneath the door, and you see the door kind of open a bit, and then open a bit more, and another minecart gets pushed out, and you can see like you can see what looks like. Make a perception check at this point.
Are we rolling behind it at this point?
23.
And you're just
We're
at the mouth
standing
of the
watching.
tunnel. 23.
Oh, okay.
You can see, yeah, what looks like a dwarf kind of comes out with pushing another minecart, And you can see with kind of what looks like pretty heavy force, potentially some magic. It's difficult to tell. He pushes it out and then closes the door again as you see your minecart coming back towards you, along with another minecart like just behind it. It seems to have some kind of lid on top.
That's me. That's me, too.
Okay.
A dwarf or a Durgar? Sorry.
It looks like a Duragar, yeah.
Okay.
As you now hear kind of like the rumbling on the tracks. Seems to be going very quickly.
I'm gonna test something out. So like, it's a hill, right? Like
he's pushed it uphill, but it seems to be moving at quite a speed. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, we should back up.
We don't know.
Oh, we don't know.
You can, yeah. You just hear kind of a rumbling.
Give it a bit of a space.
Back up.
As you see the cart kind of shoots out. You see your cart kind of loses its footing a bit with the speed. It kind of tumbles off to the side, and you see the other cart kind of stays. You can see it's got some kind of like metal lid on top as it comes around the loop and kind of jerks to a stop as it slams into another mine cart that kind of pushes around.
I open the lid.
Okay.
Probably didn't like that.
I need
I
you
hate
to
how
make a. You see as you open it up, you can see arcane runes on the inside of the metal kind of flash in front of your eyes.
This was a mistake.
I need everyone within a 20-foot radius.
I told everyone to back up. Like
We
pretty
did
far,
back
so
up.
It
I
probably
did
would
do
just be
this.
me.
Okay.
How far is 20 feet? How far do you need to?
20. It's pretty big, so that's like a
20
40.
feet's
Callie
very
would have
big.
just backed up off of the tracks and
Yeah.
like
Neppy wouldn't have gone further than 30 feet from him.
I don't think when he says
I
back
wouldn't have
up,
gone
I don't
super
think
far.
Kokanee is going more than 20 feet.
I
Yeah.
fucking would have. I always back up. That's canon. I do it all the time.
Callie
so,
wouldn't have gone far.
Same. Okay, so Letters and Yana are out of it. Everyone else.
Wizards know.
You'll need to make a con save.
We stay back.
Con save.
And beside Callie, though, at least, because they didn't back up all the way.
Nice. So I rolled a 3.
Yeah. 4 over here.
But I get to add 6 to that, so I'm fine, right?
9? No. That's a fail.
I rolled an 8, so that'll be a 21.
Okay, that's a success.
10.
Rolled a 19.
That's a fail. 19 is a success. So those of you who failed, take
Gonna go bad. It's gonna go
27
bad
points
for
of
the boys.
poison damage. Half for those who succeeded. Kokanee, it'll be
So
full.
Kokanee, you take 27 points of poison damage.
Oops.
As this like huge yellow green fog just spills out of this thing, as it you see Letters in Yana, it becomes very hard to see your friends as they're just enveloped in this like horrible gas.
Put the lid
What is
back
this
on.
place in fog?
It's just,
No, I know, but I still let Vinny goes. Ooh.
Get out of the fog.
Neppy would just
Are
like
you okay?
back up, just
I get
coughing
up.
and hacking.
yeah, as you're
Yeah.
just like you all kind of back up out of the cloud, as like you're just hacking up like blood and bile. It's awful.
What did we learn today?
You can see as you're kind of standing back, it's starting to move outwards,
Oh, Christ.
continuing to move outwards.
I'm gonna keep fucking backing up. I'm gonna run away from this thing.
Yeah, we try, I guess, get out of its path.
I'm not gonna pick a fight with a cloud.
Does
Yeah.
it look like it is, as it's sort of flowing out, is it heavier than air or lighter than air, or is it like so thick that it's just going everywhere?
Heavier, so it's kind of sinking down. You can see like it's still like taking up a fair amount of space, but you can see it's kind of spilling out and down.
Is there anything like a pile of rubble or something, or a printing press that I can climb up on?
Yeah.
Should we all go
Is it-
stand on those rocks we stand on before when the water spilled out?
If it's just gonna sit there, we're gonna have to move through it. Regardless, we're gonna have to touch it anyway.
I'm gonna climb up on something so it's not gonna pour onto me again.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ditto.
I want to wait for a second and see if it's like just gonna sort of disperse and become knee deep everywhere, and we can walk over it.
Okay. You can see that it is continuing to sort of billow out. And it is taking up quite a bit of space.
Even after the lid goes back on, it's
it's just spilling out from it's not like airtight. It's just like.
I'm gonna run to it. I'll take the save again, and I'm just gonna push it back down the track.
Yes, absolutely.
Would that push the cloud entirely back down the cuddle, fizzling the tunnel again?
All right, make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Oh boy.
That's a 15.
15. That is a failure.
No.
So you take. 24 points of poison damage. As you can see, it slides down. You do see that that does seem to the cloud, the stuff that's there, the gas that is there is still there, but it seems to not be moving as much towards you now, but it does seem to still be spilling out of where it originated from. As you can see, it's just kind of settled there. There's this kind of blanket.
All right. Can I walk up? I will have probably ran up to near where Kokanee is.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna cast I think it's resistance to poison or protection from poison on him.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yana, you want to come over here? I'll hold you up.
Puppies.
Unless you have.
Are we near gas at this point? Can we be far away from gas? Can we do that?
Yeah, you've kind of scrambled up onto rocks as it sort of moved outwards, but you're able to kind of get just out of its range from where it was kind of emanating from. But you can see it's like there seems to be now a thick blanket in the tunnel.
We
I
gotta
would
go
love
down that tunnel, don't we?
to
Yes.
back up back and try setting this gas on fire.
The roofs and explosions and structural damage.
You make a compelling point.
Massive gas explosions in tight chambers never ends well for anyone.
Yeah, I mean, this
Spell,
dwarven
is it?
construction. It's been here for 1,500 years.
Yana, you can make an Arcana check.
It's dwarven construction. It'll be fine.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's set it
Hold
on
on.
fire.
Hold on. Don't set it on fire yet.
Yeah.
That's 27.
27. I don't know if you have the spell or not. Cloud Kill.
I don't.
You would have read about it with the 27. It's something that you have come across. You've spoken to Nissa, has access to the spell, and she has told you about it. You do know that the gas does not last forever. It generally lasts up to about 10 minutes and then should.
Okay. If we just wait, like, I don't know, 9 more minutes, it'll probably go away if it's the spell I'm thinking of.
Is it flammable though?
You know, as far as you know,
But-
it is not flammable. As far as you know.
No, it's not.
That could have been an opportunity.
I hope you know that I'd say no, it's not, even if it was, but it really isn't. Don't light anything on fire. Yet.
So you all wait about 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
You can see it does sort of finally disperse, kind of slowly over that 10 minutes, kind of when you can see in the tunnel as well, it seems to disperse.
Do you cast a bonfire in that time, Sean?
Nope.
Resist the urge to bonfire.
Because
Are you
everyone's
wearing the
still
talisman? Who's
in
wearing
the,
the talisman?
nope.
Finnan has it.
I wish Callie was.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
He hasn't been wearing it that long.
We've
He's only been wearing
sorta-
it like 2 days.
We've upgraded the
That
talisman.
That wasn't because I was being chaotic. I'm just
I
dumb.
know.
Oh.
That was just sheer stupidity.
Oh, I thought that was
Me
good
telling
roleplay.
people why I did things. It wasn't me being
No,
chaotic.
it was
I'm
good
just-
roleplay because Adam and Finnan are at the same dumb level right now. I've truly transcended roleplay and just become as stupid as my own character. Yeah, look, maybe it was treasure. My thinking was it was one of those treasure shut. I was
He
like,
just-
treasure!
That's
The
back.
Jar
Treasure.
Jar
Now
said,
on, let's assume everything in here is trying to kill us. Because it is.
So once the cloud disperses,
Mhm.
we go forward.
I have an
Okay.
idea how to deal with the darkness. Like, can I try something? It'll be
Go
less
nuts.
dumb. I'm gonna summon my staff and cast daylight on the staff and lean it into the magical darkness. It will
Okay.
disperse any darkness of 3rd level or lower.
Yeah. So you see it just pops
Sick,
away.
follow me.
And you can see
Wait.
the
No, you go ahead. You describe what we see, but before we follow him.
yeah, you see a long a tunnel and about 150 feet or so. You can see there is a large iron door with what looks like in one of them. It looks like there is like a little slit,
Mm.
and you can see there's like a bit of a gap at the bottom where the minecarts. It goes right into that room.
Here's my pitch. Because the last time, the way Finnan told it, he had to open the door to send a thing out. We come up with some simple contraption so that we can sneak down there as best we can, send a minecart down, it'll go clunk. He'll do what he did last time without deviating from it. And when he peeks out, we all rough him up and, punch and kick him.
If you need someone to sneak, I can sneak pretty well.
Yeah, but we could get all of us and then punch and kick him. Okay, or we just walk down. I don't know, you tell me.
I mean, I could make one person invisible, but that doesn't cover everybody.
It doesn't also cover the noise of my armor.
Wait,
so
the
loud.
I can fix that.
The minecart goes straight in?
Yeah, you can see there like the tracks go right underneath.
So the door
Oh.
has to kind of open, then the
Yeah.
then the cart goes through.
Yeah, it
Okay.
seems like these doors are probably usually open. The minecarts just go right in.
Oh, so it's not like a little minecart doggy door where if we
No.
ride the cart, we'll just... Oh.
Although I wish it was.
Yeah. You're God. Just change
Take
it.
notes. Change it.
Can't change it now.
Fuck.
I can be.
But the next money hole you go into will be full of minecart doggy doors. I promise.
What were you saying, Lynn?
I can be sneaky with my new armor. I can
Everyone
make
can be sneaky when I'm around.
That's true.
Well, I can make my armor quiet now.
That's so
Hell
good.
yeah.
Cool.
I'm excited to see it work in action.
So,
Me
so,
with my loud armor over here.
so options at the moment are ignore the minecart, go down to that door, try to get in, or sneak up and have the minecart, and then if he comes out again, we get him.
Yeah.
Get him.
Or I guess
Punch.
the third option is
There is a minecart kind of down there because as Finn had pushed it back,
Okay.
there's one near the door.
Oh, and he didn't do anything with that?
It seems to just like the one that came out before. It's not all the way at the door. It's probably about 100 feet down.
So if we wanted to, we could shove that one at the door.
Worth a try.
Yeah.
Sneak
Regardless.
down, hit it with the cart, knock on the door. When it comes out, we jump him and treat him poorly.
We assume it's hostile. Everything else has been. So.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Nippy, can you take Megan? And she's gonna take out the box. And
Yes.
pass it to you.
Of course.
Are we being sneaky?
Yes.
Stealth juice. And I'm gonna start cast Pass Without Trace.
Is that the verbal component of you casting Pass Without a Trace?
It is now.
I was
And
confused.
inky blackness splashes all over everyone, and they are stealthier now.
So Finnin's a squid.
Canonically, it's canon now.
Ever since he got his brain scrambled, he's part squid now.
That's good in there.
Oh, my
Dwarvish
squid.
squid.
All right,
horrific.
everybody, make a stealth check.
Add 10 to those.
Let's
At
go, baby.
disadvantage.
Can Callie whisper to our armor? Whisper to Melora? Okay.
As
So
you
it's-
feel like you can kind of hear a silence just kind of drops over your armor.
That's really cool.
What was everybody's stealth check?
35.
I also am going to cast guidance on Nepentha.
So wait, so I do my roll, and then I get to add.
10. And your
But my stealth?
yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, got 36.
36. Okay.
Got a natural 20 plus 6.
Jesus.
I also rolled a natural 20, so that'll be 31.
Okay.
I rolled a 19 and a natural 20. So plus 10, plus 2, 31. I've never been more quiet in my whole
Sneakiest
fucking
your party
life.
has ever been.
How'd you do, Yana?
At
I rolled
30.
I rolled a 4, so that'll be a 23.
Yes.
Love you.
Your
Stealth.
worst day. It's fine.
What about Clack?
Clack is with letters. He's on.
Oh, he's
We
asleep,
haven't
right.
woken him up
He's
yet.
asleep. Yeah, you're right.
So you
Wake the baby.
absolutely do
Don't
not
wake the baby.
Clack.
Do
He
not
is
wake the baby.
Still out. What was yours, Finnan?
35.
35. Okay. So
Did Callie get the highest? Sorry. Did
Yeah.
anyone get
Yes,
higher
you
than
did.
36?
No.
you
I have
are
a plus
all
20 to my stealth.
blown away how quiet Callie is all of a sudden. Like, who is this person? But Letters, Nepentha, and Callie, you guys kind of hang to the right. The rest of you hang to the left, and you are like silent going down this kind of work stone tunnel.
Wizard watch,
Yeah, make an investigation check.
Mhm.
unless that.
Whoever's
Pulls
on my
pulls
guidance
off your
has a verbal
flow.
component. I probably
that's
couldn't
great.
do it.
Callie would be closest to whoever's in front of her, just so they get the
Hmm.
bonus.
17.
Okay. I will say between your stealth check and this investigation check, as you're walking Letters and kind of scoping things out, there doesn't appear to be any traps in the hallway. You're not sure about the door, as you'll have to investigate when you get close to the door. But as you're kind of sneaking along, you have your hand along the wall to kind of help steady you as you're sort of quietly moving. And at one point, you feel your hand kind of sink a bit beyond the stone. It's a fairly thin, like, it kind of catches you off guard, but like you're sort of on top of it and keeping an awareness. So you see your hand kind of sinks right through, and you look over, and it like almost as if it like melded with the stone. But you can feel after about 2-3 feet, you can feel kind of the other, it's hard again as you kind of pull your hand back.
Let me get my face in there.
Yeah, you kind of push your face in. You can feel it. It's different than an illusion, as it feels almost like, as you put your face in, it feels like almost moving through liquid. And like at the moment, as you kind of push your face in, it still just appears to be stone. You could squeeze your body through.
Hey, everybody, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna take my baby and squeeze through this.
Callie would be the
also,
one that's there.
Point of order, I would have gotten rid of daylight, because that makes things really, really hard. So I would have had to lead them, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think it just dispels the darkness. Like, it goes away, doesn't it? Or does it come back afterwards?
Let
No,
me
it's
double
dispelled.
check.
I think it's
Is it
dispelled.
dispelled?
Yeah, I'm gonna take my baby. I'm gonna squeeze through.
Callie would.
Do you go?
Yeah, it's dispelled. Yeah.
You go
Look at me do
through
magic.
what feels like maybe 10 feet of this liquid. as it like it's odd. It's unlike anything you've really kind of done before as you move through, but you come out the other side as you kind of squeeze through into a relatively small chamber that looks like rougher hewn stone, and it's kind of cavern wall, and then you see on the far side, about 10 feet away from you, a smooth slab of stone. It's kind of rectangular in shape, and it's probably about 10 feet wide, takes up most of the far side of the chamber, probably about 8 feet high.
I'm gonna say, hey,
I was gonna say, oh, sorry, go for it.
I'm gonna say, hey buddy, wake up, buddy.
Yeah.
Time to go to work.
Yeah.
Time to go to work.
Hey, what's up?
I need you to go through that wall. It's liquid earth. I think you're really gonna find it pretty trippy. I did.
Yeah.
Okay. And get
I've done
everybody
that.
else.
That's not weird for me. We do that sometimes.
Oh yeah, fuck, I forgot. Right, of course. Yeah. Get everybody, because I think they're going to see this.
Okay,
They're going to want to see. And I'm gonna just a real quick investigation for trap, followed by Arcana for magic, and followed by identify.
Okay.
On this fucking slab, because this is a magi slab.
Okay. So you see Clack kind of disappears into the wall. As you've seen letters, you're kind of waiting as he just sort of disappeared into the stone. And after about a minute or so, you see Clack's head kind of poke out. He wants to see you guys. He wants to see you.
Okay.
Let's go through.
Happy we go.
It's like,
And we go.
you gotta go sideways. It's not
Kelly would slide
it's
through.
like water. You kind of slide through. It is like, and you're all sort of hit that with that kind of odd sensation as you all move through and kind of pile into this small chamber. It's relatively cramped once you're all in there. But in the meantime, letters, I'll have you make an investigation check.
Investigate. It's 12. It's probably fine.
12. Yeah, it like from the looks of it, and you kind of feel it. It's just smooth, cold stone.
Oh, I touch it and it doesn't kill me. Good.
No.
Always nice.
Arcana check. What's fuck? 16. What do I get anything out of that?
16. You can like, it is odd. Like you can tell there's maybe something up with it. Like the stone around it is like a somewhat warmer, but this seems to be cool, and you're not sure why. But other than that, it's difficult to tell.
I feel it at that point. I reckon people are coming in,
Yeah,
and I'm like getting set up to like identify. I don't know what's up with this, but I think it's magical. I think I might have to meld into it, but I'm gonna wizard it out. I think
Could this be what Megan was talking about?
The anvil or the hearth?
maybe this is the thing that we
door.
have to hammer.
Could
Maybe.
this be the door?
Let me have a look.
It might be
Okay.
a thing we have to pray to.
Me too.
You look through, just appears to be stone.
It appears to be stone.
You want a magic look at it though?
Sure, detect magic at the same time.
You do detect magic, yeah.
Do I see the magic?
It seems to be the whole slab is emanating some kind of like it. You're not able to tell which kind of magic, do you?
If I can see the magical object, I can tell what the school of magic is.
Yeah, you can. There's two types at play. There is transmutation magic and divine magic. It's kind of unlike anything you've ever seen before.
I would be cautious to meld through this letters, because like I sense a lot of transmutation magic there, and I worry that like as you pass through, it just like makes you stone as well. I bet you anything there's a bunch of like stone dead folk in there. But this might be the door. It's worth trying. Do we want to bring in Magra?
Right. Yeah.
We can.
I'm identifying, so
Can
it's gonna take 10
I
minutes.
try
You
and
do.
let her?
She
Okay.
might
My
know what
body?
this is.
Yeah, you can make a charisma saving throw.
Can I choose to fail it?
Mm-mm.
I
No.
step away from myself.
So let's see how this goes. I'm praying for a low roll. Hey, it's a 2. But 2 plus 13, so it's 15.
That is still a failure.
Hey.
It's kind of, you see Callie sort of slump. You're used to it at this point, so somebody's there to catch her.
Behind her.
As she kind of comes to.
Is this the door?
And she kind of looks behind. I don't know. This looks like the entrance tunnel, but I don't.
If it were the door, what would we do?
Well, and she kind of reaches out and touches it. You'll need to warm it up. I think it's not usually this cold. And
Shouldn't be too hard.
I would have that hammer close by.
Does it
Same
need to be
person can do both.
a war hammer or just a hammer of any kind? Like a small hammer, large hammer?
It just needs to be magical. I think there was, I don't know if it still exists, but there was a hammer, the key hammer. But I'm hoping that any magical hammer will do.
Was the key hammer large or small?
It was like a war hammer.
Ah,
Does the person who does the praying have to do the hammering?
No, you won't be holding the hammer. You'll see.
Cool.
all right. Is there a hammer that we wish to use?
Yeah, letters. He's got that big one.
Obviously, my giant hammer, but I'm like 6 minutes into identify and like in for a
Take your
like
time.
I just like I trust you, Magran, but like I'm gonna wizard this a little. But yeah, talk. You got another 3 minutes.
Is that a hammer? The big jade one?
No, I'm just happy to see you. Hey, sorry, I'm casting a spell.
Yeah, is the Emerald Twilight a hammer?
Yeah, it's a hammer.
It's a
It's
mole.
a big hammer.
Isn't it a maul?
Moles are a hammer.
Okay.
Type of
A
hammer.
mole is a very large hammer.
I
Okay.
could make an
Very big
illusory hammer. That's magic, and it's a hammer.
She kind of like, you can try. I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna heat it up.
Yeah.
Kokanee, in that
Yeah.
in that magical tool set that you found, was there a hammer in that?
She was saying a big hammer, right?
Doesn't have to be
Big
necessarily a big hammer. It can be a small hammer. It can be
Kokanee,
an
weren't
artisan
those,
hammer.
weren't those tools Argads?
Oh yeah.
Well, they might have. Yeah, I open up. I have Argad's tools.
She kind of like,
there's a-
as you take them out, she sort of looks at them like, you. Wow. Glad to see those are still intact.
That they are. I pull out a hammer. Will this do?
Yeah, I hope so. It should. Like I said, I've never seen it done with anything but the key hammer. So
The hammer won't get destroyed while we do this, will it? Or like consumed in the ritual.
shouldn't I?
Okay,
I don't.
I don't want Kokanee to
Again,
be down one hammer.
I don't know.
Ding! My
I-
brain is done. Do I learn anything relevant that she didn't already tell me?
You learn that this is some kind of magical. It's essentially a magical lock in a way, but it there is the stone itself seems to have some kind of transmutation infusion that also requires a divine component. But it's you don't glean a ton more than what she's told you.
Okay.
Other than it seems like it is some kind of a lock almost.
So that was a very necessary spell I just cast. I've gleaned a lot of important information about this door. Yeah, let me create a bonfire and then control flames to make it super hot at the base of the.
Okay. So as you do that, you can see from the stone, you can see that sort of etched that symbol of the female dwarf that you've seen before, but now you can kind of see her in her full sort of stance as she's holding the tongs and her other hand kind of at her side. And as you can see, this line of stone gets red hot, almost like metal would, As you can see, then the stone around it seems to shrink back as it sort of presses forward, and it goes from being a 2D image into a 3D image. You can see this like dwarf in more kind of lifelike shape. As its hand kind of extends out, you see its head kind of rise, and its hand is held out.
I
That's
give it
cool.
my big hammer.
You can see as it like the hand kind of clasps around it fairly quickly. As you can see, it starts to kind of and retreats back into the stone. You see the hammer starts to meld in with the stone. And
Trust the
sort of, like,
process, letters. Trust it.
as you can see that like there is sort of a brief second where it fully disappears, and she returns to that kind of 2D image, and you now see the hammer in her hand kind of in 2D as you see the stone kind of, and it sort of sinks up and into an archway. And as you like walk through, you can see the hammer is kind of resting on a rack in this archway that goes for about 40 feet.
Nice, that's great.
You can see into what looks like a large domed room, and that is where we're going to take our break.
Dang.
I want to give a shout out to FM Marion. I always pronounce this wrong. Marion Nicole, and they just gave out 25, maybe even more, 25.
We love you, Fernando. Thank you,
25
Fernando.
subs.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. You're awesome.
Well,
A chef's
sweet.
kiss.
Mwah.
See you soon.
See you guys soon.
See you guys soon.
Hey folks, Emma here. So, do you experience lore panic? You know, that deep, dark, sinking feeling that your DM or campaign notes are missing and disorganized? That you've forgotten an important plot point and it's going to send your life into a swirling void of angst and regret? Well, if you're like me, then you'll be happy to know that Blackwater is here to help. Yes, you, little lore keeper. We're really proud to announce our partnership with Silverwing Armory. Silverwing Armory is a Canadian company that specializes in gaming goodies, RPG resources, and nerdy necessities to help plan your campaign. My personal favorite are their campaign notebooks. Each of these beautifully designed books is handmade and crafted, showcasing original designs by the creator herself. There's enough that they'll match perfectly with wherever and whenever your game is set. They're also fully customizable, with different types of paper, dotted, lined, or graph, whatever works best for you. Finally, they're system agnostic, so no matter what game you run, From D&D to Call of Cthulhu, your lore is kept safe and organized however you like it. Head on over to their Instagram and website at Silverwing Armory and use our promo code Blackwater for 10% off at checkout. It supports this amazing Canadian business and helps support our stream and the story we keep telling week after week. So you get less of this and more of this. Silverwing Armory, for the lore keeper in all of us. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Oh hey guys, it's me, Adam, and I'm here to talk to you about the sponsor for tonight's episode, Legendcraft. Legendcraft is a Canadian woodworking company that makes D&D and tabletop gaming tables and accessories. They are a couple of passionate crafters that create items that will instantly become a highlight of any tabletop or RPG player's game night. An absolute favourite of mine is the Mountain King board gaming table. This table is bonkers cool. looking like it is straight out of a Dwarven King's Hall. It's really unlike anything I've ever seen. We feel really good about endorsing this Canadian business that brings so much passion into something we care so deeply about. So head over to their Instagram at legendcraft.ca to have a look at what they're making and let them know that Blackwater sent you. And if any of you fall in love with any of their amazing products, you can go to their website and use the promo code Blackwater for 5% off. It supports a Canadian business and also helps support our stream in this crazy D&D game we love. Thanks, and enjoy the rest of the show.
We're back. We're back.
So afraid of jumping in at the wrong time.
We're all terrified. It's great.
Just a
Sean
different-
was making a bagel, so he'll be there in a sec. Yeah, oh, he did it. He was quick.
Oh, look at the bagel.
Live your best
Feed
bagel life,
bagel.
babe.
I got bagels.
For anyone just joining the stream, Nick Offerman is playing with us. Fun fact. He's both the character and himself.
Jim, there's been a pattern, and I've been playing a little mini game with
I
myself.
haven't, because I only saw I've only clocked a couple. But I guess, did Nietzsche have facial hair as well? Is that the
Oh,
pattern?
he has such a good mustache.
Okay,
It's
there
men
it
with
is.
marvelous
Okay.
mustaches.
Okay.
He was Burt Reynolds Esquire for a while.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Tom
okay.
Selleck. The next one was going to be...
Thank you. Finnan shall live. All right, so you see down this kind of long, smooth corridor, stone corridor, you can see there is a chamber beyond that seems to kind of, you can tell from where you are, you're a little bit farther back, but you can tell that the ceiling kind of arches a bit, kind of slopes up. And in the center, you can see from where you are what appears to be a fairly large anvil, but it almost looks like the stone has it's been carved out of the stone underneath, and it seems to be coated in kind of some kind of metal on the top. You can see kind of runs over the side. It's kind of got a greenish tinge. You guys head down the hallway.
Mhm.
Okay, so you head in. And you can see...
And Magrin's still in Callie's
Yeah,
body.
is Magrin still
Right?
in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would close the chest and clutch it for dear
she
life.
goes, "That's the Anvil Eternal." As you walk forward, you come into this large, kind of almost cone-shaped chamber. You can see it goes up, and after about 8 feet, you can see carved into the stone that extends up into this cone-like shell. There's a very small hole at the top. It's just dwarvish, kind of all the way around. And you can see this stone anvil seems to be coated in what you guess to be adamantine, maybe. That's been kind of dripped over the side.
What is happening with my camera?
And you can see on the left, kind of a little bit off to the left-hand side, there is another archway. And above the archway, you can see more kind of dwarvish runes. And then a little bit set back from that, you can see a hearth carved into the stone that is very, it's been carved from the stone that is there, and it's exquisite. The stonework is incredible, and you can see that there is a ton of detail. It's hard to see from here, but you can see there's a ton of detail that's been carved into that hearth. But the room itself is kind of cold. You can see there looks to be some tools hanging up near the hearth.
This is the place, Magrin?
This is the Anvil Eternal.
All right,
Hearth of
Magrin.
Ages.
You just let us know what you need.
Tell us what to do.
She kind of looks. She heads over to the hearth. It's gone cold. can't do anything if the hearth has gone cold.
That's my whole thing. May I?
You can try, but this isn't like a normal hearth. It's fed from the Mother's Basin.
What's that?
It's a pool of lava deep beneath the earth.
Has it ever gone cold in the past?
No, the prophecy of our city is that if it ever did go cold, it would be the end of Sirangdun. So I guess that came to pass.
Finnan, did you ever hear? I know that Sirangdun. I know there's Wirangdun and then Sirangdun here, and I've heard of it ruins. But was there ever anything in your classes in Wolfreen that said when that happened?
Let me think about that.
You can make a history check.
18.
18. You would know there was kind of a rough estimate that it was about 1,400 years ago. There isn't a ton of information about it from what you know, because they, at some point there was they had been allied with the Wirangdun, but there was some kind of schism. And the city, like there was allegedly a trade route, an underground trade route between the two cities that was sealed off at some point. And so it's been known that there was because there is also an external part of the city that's kind of in ruin, and that's mostly it. People were there wasn't really a lot of information about the city underneath the mountain.
From what I can recall, the city was sealed probably not too long after Magrin went into the crystal.
Right.
So where is the Mother's Basin in relation to us?
It's beneath us. You might be able to get there from the mine. I don't know. Fit in with your passive perception. You feel, as you're kind of standing there, you do feel just like a whisper of warmth kind of come through the hearth. Just a faint kind of breeze.
I'll lean closer to it. There's still warmth here. Something might be blocking it.
Right. She kind of leans over.
Prayer?
Perhaps.
This might also be the go down there and wiggle something free.
Down to the mine, or beat up that really mean Drugar? Because that guy fucking sent a whole cloud of bad at us, and that I'm
He's
upset about it.
also a nice dwarven body.
He's also a nice dwarven body. For now.
I mean, do we feel okay about that? Because that's we would be aggressively forcing another person's soul into a gem.
I'm okay with killing that guy, so I feel like
cool.
this is
Let's do it then.
This is like a step down from that.
Magrin, when the hearth waned, did it ever wane? Lose heat? What did they do to raise it?
Not in my time, but Argad was afraid that was happening.
You're saying the heat is coming from a stream of magma, yeah?
Yeah, there is a pool, a sacred pool beneath here.
Is it a pool or is it a moving thing?
It does move somewhat. There is rivers through it, but
If someone blocked off the source, you could
Perhaps.
find that
I don't know. I would have to go down there.
Well, it seems to me like what we do is we go and get that dwarf.
Yeah, let's kidnap that guy.
Magrin, you go into the dwarf, and we go and see about relighting this forge. Is anybody opposed to that plan?
No. That's the one.
Well, let's go push a minecart really hard against that door.
At least we know this is here now.
Magrin, could we have Callie back for a little bit?
Right. And she kind of
Chest open.
comes back in.
I have this sleeping potion. I don't know if it's going to be enough to do the job.
I also have the spell sleep, so maybe we can double them up.
Who wants to dose this guy?
I'll do it.
No, because I like doubling it up.
No, I can smash it on his face and then cast a spell.
At the same time?
Yeah, I'm real stealthy.
Wait, you can't do that. You can't. You can't do those simultaneously. Casting a spell takes all kinds of crazy hand motions. And
says you.
Also, what's to say that there's not
Zerd.
more?
I know spells. Sorry, go ahead, Ben.
No, it's. I'm just thinking of the Duragar we fought with the weapon attached to his arm behind the other door. What if there's more of those? What if there's more of those behind the door, or more kobolds? Like we should.
My thoughts are that it's less important to like sleep him right away, and we just need to, because it looked like he like opened the door and sort of like leaned out and shoved something, right?
Yeah.
Maybe like when he opens the door, that somebody's there to grab him and pull him out so he can't just jump back in the door.
I can do that.
I can also do that. We can. Let's just do it. Let's just get to the door and knock.
Let's do it.
We'll
do it. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
Let's do it.
All right. If we feel like that's an all right plan. Okay.
I take my hammer on the way out for sure.
Okay. As you take the hammer out of the wall, you see the stone kind of melds back into that smooth stone. As you head back out.
Kokanee, can you mend my hammer holster?
I cast mending on his hammer holster.
Thank you.
Okay. So you head over to the door?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you like to do?
Someone needs to push a cart down or hit this door really hard.
How far are we away from the cart?
It's probably about 10 feet away from you, and then it's about another 50 feet to the door.
And
Okay.
those of you who are stealthy, perhaps sneak ahead. Those of us who are not stealthy will stand here at the back and push the cart. And we can rush up.
I love that.
I'm happy to stand back here and push the cart, but that means I'm out of range of you, and I will get there as soon as I can.
Nippy.
Has an hour passed?
No.
Cool.
Nippy, do you have
Pass
hold
without trace
person?
is still on.
Prepared today?
I do not, but I
Yeah,
think
me
Yana
neither.
might.
What'd you say, Kokanee?
Do you have hold person prepared today?
Let me check.
I'm going to the
Yeah.
door.
Oh,
Callie
Yeah?
does.
yeah.
Callie does, yeah.
Okay. New plan. I think it's a good plan. Me and Neppy, because two people probably need to push the cart, stay up here, shove the cart. Cart hits the door opens. Callie and Yana both cast hold person on this person. Letters and Finnan grab him and pull him out, and hopefully they're pulling out basically like a solid object. But even if they're not, then he can't slam the door quickly.
Yeah.
Great. Let's do that.
Sold.
So you two need to get right up to the door.
Yeah.
Callie and Yana need to get close enough so they can cast a spell. And me and Neppy need to push a cart.
I sneak to the door.
I also sneak to the door.
This is the most spells that
Make
haven't
stealth
been.
checks.
Ooh, 29.
But with my armor, I don't get the advantage. And still do I?
No, it's just the ones.
37.
But what's the range on hold person?
60 feet.
60 feet, I think.
25.
Yes, you don't have to get that close.
Do Kokanee and I need to roll stealth checks? Being that yeah, we might as well, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Remember to add your +10.
So are
30.
they? If you're going up to the door, though.
It's when I cast it,
Okay. Yeah.
it's the area around me.
26.
26.
37.
Oh, I didn't.
Callie, what was yours?
Oh, I have to roll at disadvantage. Shit.
He's so sneaky.
20.
I forgot who he is.
22.
Okay. And Yana, what was yours?
30.
30.
18. Yeah, sorry. I had to roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
But I'm back with the card. Way the fuck back with the card.
So you guys, what are you guys doing up at the door?
I will prepare to cast lightning lure as soon as I see any part of him. Oh, as
you're
soon
kind
as
of-
I can see his body. If I just see his eyes, I'm not going to try to pull him through the slot. As horrific as that would be.
I'm going to prepare to try to yank the door open and pull him through.
Okay, so you guys are like right up against it.
Yeah.
I'm casting hold person, right? Whenever I see.
So am I.
As
We
you
have a-
guys get up to the door, you kind
Probably
of
should
slide
have
into
wizard
place,
watched.
and you feel kind of a depression as you land.
Yeah.
Peace
I
out,
need
That's
you-
a good plan.
You didn't investigate the door.
Did not investigate this time.
I need you to both make dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
18.
18.
Oh, like 23 or something.
Okay, 18 is not enough. As you kind of step there, you hear this kind of as like 6 large spears kind of shoot out from either side across the like in front of the door. I need to do that is
Yikes.
that is 20 points of piercing damage to you, Finnan. As letters, you're able to dodge out of the way as like you just feel a spear kind of pierce your shoulder, kind of hold you in place as the like.
Is he stuck?
Yeah, the trap is set like that. As you hear like, as the rest of you are kind of there, all in place, you hear this kind of. Oh, and then.
When I see him, can I try to cast sleep?
Yeah, you can try. Yep.
Try to hit him with sleep.
Okay.
I try to hit him with hold
Yeah, roll
person?
those dice.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
that's
both
nice.
had it prepped and we can see him.
As his eyes kind of open up. So yeah, you can both try to hold.
Okani and I are just standing there with a minecart.
It seems like the
Number
plan
is-
didn't quite go, Neffy.
Does the plan ever go according to plan, Danny?
5d8.
So his first
One day it will.
2d8.
One day.
One
his
day.
first wisdom save was a natural 20. It's a wisdom save, right? For
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
His second one was only a 12.
Yeah, that's a failure.
13.
Like just as he's starting to slide it back, so it's kind of like half.
Oh,
just-
fuck. I cast knock on the door and try to open it.
Who got the wisdom
That's
save?
right. Let's see if he you'll never know. You cast it at the same time. You'll never know.
I think it was you,
Um,
Callie.
I think it was too.
Yeah, actually you would know because your concentration is up. So Callie, yeah, you're concentrating.
Also, Callie coming in hot with all of the clutch magic today. So fire. It's good.
I lean to Cornelius. I think Callie's coming after my brand.
I also leaned to Cornelius. Guy's coming from my brand, but that's okay. It's magic's for everyone. I guess I'll find a new thing.
What are we waiting on?
60
Can I open the door? What happened?
68.
60. Oh yeah. So it's really weird because his eyes don't close because he's held in place, but you just hear this.
So
as
silly.
as he's just
He's asleep.
he is absolutely asleep and held in place. And you and what were you casting? Letters? You cast.
Oh,
knock?
just knock to open the door.
Yeah, you hear the door kind of click open.
I
Are we
open it.
still pinned by the spears?
Yeah,
Or are
the
we like
spears-
the spears like trapped us toward the door? Or are we
they,
like pinned
they
by
kind
the
of came
spears?
they kind of came across, so they're
Right.
forming almost like a gate. You'll have to figure out.
Between us and like our friends, or us
Yeah,
and the door?
you are kind of impaled. Letters got outside of it.
Right.
Because he was pretty close to the door. It's kind of just in front of the door. So you're sort of pinned up against the door.
Okay.
But he is asleep and held in place.
Oh,
And
we
the
got
door
to we got to
is-
get rid of these.
You can
spears?
see the door opens inwards. So it kind of opens just a bit, but he's standing on the
Spears
other
in
side.
front.
Yeah, spears in front. So you have to deal with the spears.
I'll take out my hammer and smash the spears that aren't stabbed directly into Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, you smash them. And you come loose and you're gonna pull the spear out.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, sick. Ow.
I'm sure me and Epi will jog down at this
Yeah,
point.
we would jog down.
Okay.
Finna, do you need healing before we go in?
No, I'm all right.
All right.
Just like bleeding profusely.
Cast a first level cure wounds on him.
Yeah.
Don't
first
touch
level.
me.
So you push the door open.
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay.
All right.
With 13 points of healing.
Yeah.
So you see the door kind of opens and you see a fairly large chamber, kind of circular, and you can see there are dozens of piles of coins, just kind of littered throughout the room. You can see they've been sort of organized all throughout the room, but the whole floor is kind of coated in different coins. You can see they are different shapes and sizes. And as you're standing there, you see almost like a little hole open up in the air on one of the near one of the nearby piles, and you see it kind of opens and a few coins kind of disappear inside of it, and then it
Like all of those coins of pyrite, aren't they?
Yeah.
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 You can just tell by not
He-
touching
he's
them?
just chewing on one.
Oh, okay.
Just pops one in his mouth.
Super
So-
delicious, dude.
This guy's
So-
asleep for a minute. We should
you see-
crystal him. We should crystal him.
On the other side of the door, he is like he hasn't fallen off yet. He's like standing on like a little step ladder up to like where this eye hole is, and he's just like held in place against the door.
I would
Magra,
walk
Magra,
up
go
to
in.
Magrin.
Okay. He gets to make a con save.
Is it con or
it's a fail. Charisma save, yeah, and that's a failure. As you see, she kind of like you don't see any change though. Yeah.
She will be asleep for a minute. I can't change that, I don't think.
Yeah, I think you can just wake her up.
Can I drop hold person?
That you can.
Yeah, I'll just slap
As you-
her ankle.
Drop hold person, like she starts to fall as you kind of slap her.
I
ankle. She
catch
goes,
you.
oh,
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Right. As she kind
Off
of
your
looks
fault.
down. Oh,
No, I know it wasn't the perfect solution.
no,
but
it feels a bit more familiar, I guess. Thank you.
just
Megan-
white stance.
Do you fight?
I can.
What do you like to fight with?
A hammer. Generally speaking.
Did this dwarf have a hammer?
No, you can see he had kind of like a short club.
I look at Kokanee.
This'll do. It's fine.
The club should be fine, right? Yeah.
The Emerald Twilight?
No, the club. The dwarf had a club. Like a stick, a beating stick.
No, we
Let's-
should.
Let's push on. Let's push on. Let's.
Kokanee.
Yeah, I'll pull out the Caraxian Warhammer, something like this.
That is significantly better.
Please, please,
Sure.
please, please don't break it.
Of course.
Here you go.
She kind of takes it. This is a fine warhammer. Right.
Is this room a dead end?
Yeah, you can see it's just it doesn't appear to have any other doors. And as you're kind of
right.
standing there, you can see other coins kind of get pulled out.
One other thing, Megan. This crystal that he's in, if it breaks, you die.
Right.
Would you like to carry it, or would you like one of us to carry it?
I think maybe I would prefer one of you. I don't know how strong this body is, and
What?
it seems like
didn't you say earlier if the crystal breaks and it's very far away, the person in the crystal dies and the person who's in the body is fine? Is that how it works?
Yes, but
Why
then
don't we
I'm
just wait for-
stuck in this body.
That's fair.
Oh, well.
Yeah, no, I think
could
spooky.
fix that.
Yeah. Why don't we just put the crystal through one of those holes and it goes far away? Someone breaks it. Oh well.
But if it breaks on the way down.
I thought we were
Perhaps-
making Megrin a body, and then we could possibly put him back in his body.
Also, like, I'm all for killing, the guy that tried to poison us, but the ultimate destruction of his soul is probably something that I'm less keen on casually doing.
Not quite okay with that either.
We could just put him back in his body if we get Megrin a body, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, we're not going to destroy the gem, but I don't know if it being the most precious thing possible to you as a being would be interested in holding it, or if you'd prefer one of us to hold it.
We could, once we get you in your own body, we don't have to return this guy to his body. We could just hang on to him for a rainy day. Because if we ever come across, say, a demon and they're like, I'll trade you this for your soul, we could be like, counter offer, I'll trade you that for a soul.
That is, I don't feel
Letters, are
comfortable
you
with
trying
that.
to wear the spurs?
No. I'm just
Gone
saying.
from destroying someone's soul to now selling someone else's soul.
It seems like slavery and
lying.
I'm
imprisonment.
not saying we're selling anybody. I'm saying it could be a gift.
Neppy just
soul does
closes the
stay
box
non-destroyed.
Someone else's soul.
and
away.
looks at Magrin. Would you like me to hold it?
I think that would be for the best. Like I said, I don't know how strong this body is, and I would hate to lose my soul because of an accident.
She's very
You
good at
all
holding
seem
things.
Pretty capable.
You can also trust that I'm quite capable of healing and all things regarding death.
Right.
So I will
Sure.
take care of this.
I lean over to Letters and I respect your pragmatism. It makes sense.
It helps to have friends in low places. I'm just saying, if you befriend a demon, that there's no way that doesn't pay
off.
dividends in the
Especially
end.
if you're not
They're
selling
really
your own soul.
lonely. They're really lonely. Like, they appreciate the haggle.
Megan, last thing I'd say is stay within 100 feet of that gem, because if you die, like this body dies, and you're within 100 feet of that gem, you'll be fine. You'll go back into the gem.
Right.
But
I guess the other option could be I can stay in the forge with the anvil and the hearth. If it's sealed up, I should be all right. But
there's an off chance that goes south.
Right. You're right.
yeah, I'm not trying to like change what you're gonna do. I think this is a great plan. Just like you should be aware, hang out near the gem. Don't let it get destroyed for your
Just
own
be
well-being.
aware of your own mortality,
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, me too.
Magrin, I want to do something just to make you feel a little comfortable. From your perspective, can you just briefly describe what you look like when you were alive?
Well, I was about 4.5 feet tall.
Right.
Wow.
Pretty stout build.
Okay.
I had long black hair.
Black hair.
What's up?
Fairly nice set of sideburns.
Fuck yeah.
What feature were you proudest of, Magda?
You can see it's an odd experience because you've never seen a Duragar blush, but you assume this is what a Duragar's blush looks like. Well, if I'm being honest, I don't really know how to say this, but I had a pretty fine dwarven booty, I would say.
I'm going to after her describing for a bit, I'm going to silent image an image and be like, tell me what I need to change, and just like work with her for a bit as she like
Sweet.
sit, and then
you see this like this beautiful dwarven woman, and she describes kind of what she wore day to day. Like after speaking with her for a while, you get the sense that she was likely a kind of a priest, and that like you can see she is definitely very full figured and like muscular.
Get it, mama.
And
So
like
basically like a police sketch artist, but with
Yeah.
magic illusions. I
Yeah.
create her again, and once
Yeah.
I'm satisfied that I like know what it looks like, I dispel it and I cast seeming on her, and I go, it's not going to change any like physical thing, but like if you catch your own reflection, at least you'll see yourself.
you see she kind of looks down at her own body, and you can see tears running down her face.
Neppy pulls out
The
her
seeming covers
scrying.
it, so
Like you can still see them now, like as it's like
They're coming this way.
it would be really disturbing because you just see water dripping out of nowhere from her,
you see it dripping on the
chin.
ground.
Neppy pulls out her scrying bowl, which is mirrored on the bottom, and shows her.
Thank you. This is maybe the best day of my life, I guess.
Oh, one last thing. Sorry, Neppy, the note.
Thank you, Finnan. We found a letter signed by someone M. I'll read it to you, and perhaps you can tell me if this was you or you know what it was about before we go any further. I have arranged payment from the king. However, the gold cannot be spent in the city for fear it will be traced back to him by the queen's spies. I have heard rumblings from the miners that the gold has run dry, so we must act now, even if it is treason. The expedition will leave from the underport in Weir Angdun a week from now. Prepare for the cold, brother. If what the king has said is true, we'll have more than enough wealth to get your family out here with enough left to start over or to start another alehouse. At the underport, ask for Northall. M.
She kind of shakes her head. No, that wasn't me. I didn't know the king, but I know when he was executed, the queen, she stabbed him with something. There had been rumors in the city that the king was obsessed with some kind of rare gem. And the queen made a point of stabbing him with a piece of it.
What color was the gem?
Sort of a purple gem.
That sounds familiar to me. Like this, and I pull out a piece of the Sarasite that I've been holding.
She kind of, her eyes go wide. After she stabbed him, she had him gilded in gold.
Rough.
Along with the rest of his family.
Oh my gosh. Goddess grace.
Yeah, it was awful. Something had happened with the queen.
Her mind?
I don't know. But it was... Argad tried to keep me from it, I think. But I could tell in the months leading up to when we were sealed away, I could tell that he was keeping something from me. I don't know what it was, but he wasn't himself. He and the Hearthkeeper, Dwargus, they were worried. I think they probably did that to the anvil, and the hearth sealed it up to protect it.
Lauven.
Yes.
If there is some sort of elaborate ritual where you stab someone with a piece of Sarasite and like their soul gets sucked out or anything weird or gross like that?
I don't. Well, I don't really know, but I suppose that might have been what happened to me. I was betrayed, Finnan.
Mhm.
by a close ally. And I think when I was disposed of, I think that's how my consciousness continued on, was through some Saracite.
So 1 sec, I'll be right to you. Magrin, what was the king's name again?
King Fangren Goldhelm.
Fangren Goldhelm. Hey, Relavin, can you like reach out into the Saracite supersphere and see if you can find a consciousness named fuck, what was it? My
Hey.
memories.
Fangren Goldhelm.
Fangren Goldhelm. Just like, is that consciousness floating around in Saracite somewhere? If you can't do that, I understand. It's worth a try.
I can certainly try. I don't really know how it works, but I have felt myself growing, if that makes sense, when you empower the crystals and spread them out. I can feel myself growing.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second.
Of course, take your time.
Inan,
Yeah, sorry.
um,
Conversation with the big guy.
I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier, any of you, but if we're talking about Saracite, we might not be the only ones chasing it.
It seems like that just from the story that Magrin tells.
Oh yes, Volketh is chasing Saracite.
Oh, good.
The reason I was needed that extra 10 minutes is sometimes I check in on, I scry on loose ends, keep tabs on them.
Where is
Cora,
Volketh?
I saw him in a snowy escape out in the cold, alone at the mouth of a cave. He was alone. He was holding a piece of Saracite. It floated in his hand, right? It floated, as if he was to levitate it. At the mouth of this cave was 25 feet wide, if not more than that, but there was a 15-foot diameter track, as if something had made a track going down into this cave. And I watched him for a few minutes, and in the last couple of moments of the ritual, he looked up at me, looked me straight in my eye, and said, "Do."
Yeah, that's Volketh.
That's very sinister.
So he saw me.
No, that's a callback. It's a callback. It's an in.
I think it's a sinister callback. What is the place that the name of the place?
Garyang.
Okay.
Figured somewhere in Garyang.
And that is a cold place, yeah?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Cold, you say, like icy tundra, snow.
Like a mountainscape with a cave leading underground, covered in snow, a snowstorm.
Have you ever heard of the place Garyang?
Heard of it, but never been. To my knowledge, it is much farther north.
I think I get a sense, and I don't quite really know why, but I get a sense that the rest of my spear, the spear of Lauven, is in Garyang. Garyang is known to be a very cold, snowy place, so there may be Saracite to the far north.
Callie?
Yeah.
When I saw Bilbo,
Mm-hmm.
I suppose you lost contact with him, but he was a minor, and he's Dwarven.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm pulling at threads, but I cannot help but see parallels, or maybe it's just simply coincidence. But
I thought about it when you first said it, so.
Right. Perhaps he's in Garyang.
Why did we decide Volketh is a bad guy? Like, why is that sinister? Like, I know he was like rude or whatever, but like,
Let us, to be honest, I've never trusted him. I thought it was quite rude what he did leaving, but perhaps it is just a curiosity of my nature.
Tell you what, here's what I'm going to do for you. When we get a chance to like rest up and I can spend a few like of my whole day sending, I'll have a whole conversation with him. I'm like, you're studying Sarasite. Great, let's pool some knowledge. And then if he's like, oh, I'm here to do the babies, I'm evil, then then we can put him on the shit list. But as far as I can tell, he's a guy who got his body back, took his chances, and now is just kind of pursuing his best life. We're getting Sarasite, he's getting Sarasite. I think this could be an asset. Let me make the call. We'll make the call.
Let's do it. Let's do it a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll do it later.
Let's go down into some mines.
Not now. I've knocked too much. I couldn't send to anybody. I've done so much knocking today.
Oh, I could call him right now.
No, don't call him right now. No.
I know.
You let me talk to him. I'll talk to him, not you.
No, you
Nebby, if you scryed on someone,
Yes.
are you able to send to them?
I tried to send to Bilbo after I scryed on him, but wasn't able to connect. I could try again.
Like with calling him and being like, "Hey, are you here?" Just not right now, I guess. But if we think it's connected, I don't know.
It seems there's too many similarities for it not to. I don't know. I look for.
I really just need to learn sending.
So our plan now: go
to the mine.
To light
Wait.
the hearth.
Can we give Verlavan just two seconds more? He's reaching into the Cosmere.
Right.
Finnan, I tried to open myself to the reach of the crystal, and I could feel many things at the same time. Some of it was pain, some of it immense power. I don't know if I'm powerful enough yet to pinpoint anything, but there are shards or pieces of Sarasite that have been infused with great anguish and pain.
Like something that was used as a ritual killing tool.
I believe so.
Do you understand the nature of Sarasite, or is it more of a mystery?
I know a bit about it. It was used by my mother's people for a long time, the Illyrians. They had some kind of innate connection to it. They used it to power ships, sky ships. They were mages who used it to amplify their power. It has an effect on magic. It seems to be able to amplify certain types of magic.
What about Airsight? Do you know anything about Airsight?
Aerolite?
Airlight, yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I said.
Yes.
Shut up.
I know a bit about it.
Is it similar in nature?
Yes, but it was largely used by humans, I believe, to amplify divine magics.
All right. Thank you. Also, if you ever have questions, like I feel like this is a real one-way street where I just like kind of ask you things and you just kind of like, if you just want to talk, if you want to have a good sit down and chat, you let me know. And if like, obviously time considering, like if I'm getting stabbed, maybe not, but
of course,
I'm here for you, buddy.
Thank you, Finnan.
Hi. Of course. What's a warlock to do? I made it weird. I'm gonna go. Bye.
All right. What would you like to do?
To the mine?
To the
I thought
mine?
you were saying do, and I was like,
To
really
the
want
mine.
to see
The
Bulkhead.
mine.
To the mine.
So you head over to the mine, and the mine is covered in stones. It's been like you can see part of it. The path to the descent has been caved.
The descent, right?
So you'll need to excavate it somehow.
When Sean said to the mine, all I could think of was to the mine, to the mine, to the mine, to the mine, to the lava that's inside, to my sisters.
Great. We love.
And the Saracite.
Oh, it's a Hamilton reference. Okay.
I was
Got
there
that.
with you from the beginning.
Yes.
You
Super
did.
there.
You also have the hand drill. I will send. I
Oh, the
realized I
sonic hand drill.
I forgot to send you.
Well, that-
Oh yeah.
I think Kokanee's holding that.
No,
No.
I give it to
No.
Clack. 'cause
Yeah.
it's
Oh, Clack's
content.
holding it. That's right.
Clack, go to work.
I can, but you told me it needs spells to power.
Fuck. All right.
What
I
type
forgot.
of spell?
5th level spell.
From what Letters told me, I just quickly wrote it on a note and sent it back to you, Letters, but
Oh, great.
Will any kind of magic?
I've already put a 5th
yeah, the
level. I've
more
already tried to put a
magic-
5th level spell into it.
Oh,
you put a 5th level? Yeah, you can
That's
see
the
it
only
just
spell
like,
that I can put in.
right.
you see it like spins up very quickly as he like struggles to hold on.
Well, I
you see
probably
it,
should have
like,
given you
vibrating with power. You can
warning.
see there's like a coil in the center that seems to kind of amplify it into the drill. He goes, "Oh, let's get to some rock." As he like runs over and just starts like jamming it into the stone, and you see he like jams it into a large boulder, and it just like turns into like gravel pretty quickly.
Dang.
And he manages to clear out some of the larger stones, which causes the top stones kind of drop. So there is a bit of a gap at the top so far.
Does that like expend the magic of it?
Yeah, oh yeah, he used up the like it he uses enough with the 5th level spell. He's able to clear enough for there to be like about a 4-foot hole that looks like it goes through. And then you can see the hand drill kind of like winds down.
That
Do
would have
we-
been so useful when we were looking for that treasure back in the Earth Elemental Plane.
Yeah.
Do we wish for more, or is this enough?
I think we can shimmy sham through there.
Yeah, I'll try to squeeze my way through there.
Not
Callie, are
as
you
bad
going to
as
be able to
you.
get through there with all your armor?
Would I be able to get through there, Tim?
It looks like it'll be a bit of a squeeze, but you could probably kind of push yourself through.
Hey,
Mm,
you
you
can
may
pass
have-
me your armor, and I'll give it to you on the other side.
That would definitely make it easier.
Can I
Yeah.
fit through because I'm such a unit?
Because you're so lanky, you can slide through like a snake.
I mean, if it's just a matter of making the tunnel a bit bigger, I have magic to spare right now.
I'll start climbing through. We'll see what's on the other
Must
side and I'll
be
let you know.
nice.
Yeah, it seems like you can all
Must be
probably squeeze
nice.
through. It's a bit cramped, but you're able to kind of push your way through.
I mean, it's always good when your cleric has extra magic, so that's good, right?
Must be nice.
It
Ellie's
must be
gonna keep her-
nice. It
Ellie's
must
gonna
be
keep her armor on.
nice
Oh,
To
Uh,
have Nephthys
darn,
get
never mind.
on your side.
Were you gonna put it on?
yeah. When you got to the other side, Yana was gonna be like an armor that's way too big for her, like a kid in her dad's shirt, and be like, "Look at me." No, you had to keep it on. It's fine.
Callie's a little attached to it right now.
So
If
you
I,
all manage.
if I can fit through, I'll climb through.
Yep, you're able to fit through. You manage to push your way through, and you find a long tunnel that goes down at a pretty steep decline. And you can see, like, as you walk down, you can see kind of deep scars into the side of this tunnel, where it looks like ore has been mined out, and like small kind of alcoves here and there as it goes.
I'll cast light for the two casuals.
Thank you.
Are you So you just continue down the tunnel.
You best believe I'm checking for traps.
We've learned our lesson finally.
Checking for traps.
After like
Letters.
19 traps not checked.
No, I was gonna say we learn our lesson and then we're really diligent about it, and then we forget to check, and then we get hit by a trap, and then we're really diligent about it again.
Yeah, but we only seem to be diligent when there's not traps. we get hurt, we then go, oh, we need to look for traps. Don't find any, and then we become lax again.
You get a D4 with that. I don't know if that's helpful.
Yeah, I hope you did better, Yana, because I got a 13.
Oh, better. 22, I
Yes.
think.
22.
Yeah.
So you push down. It like you find in some of the alcoves you can find like you find some injured Duragar that are dead. They look like they've been sort of severely injured and no longer. They look somewhat like not fully skeletal, but definitely they've been there a while.
Okay.
But you do not find any traps. As you press further down, this path goes for like an hour and a half, down. And finally you come to a larger kind of cavernous chamber, and you can see Finnan and Neppy. You notice as you get closer to this, you kind of are feeling sort of waves of warmer air occasionally. And you come down to
That's
this
a good
large
sign.
kind of cavernous chamber. And you can see like there is like a large kind of stone pillar in the center and kind of circle around, but you can see there's many tunnels that kind of branch off from here. There is something, so that's kind of what you can see just as you walk in. You can see there's kind of bits of like mining equipment kind of here and there that looks pretty like kind of scattered about.
Magrin, do you know the right way to go?
I don't. I didn't really come down to the mines or the basin. I think I only went once, and there weren't this many tunnels.
Perhaps. No, go ahead, Lettuce.
Oh, I was just gonna say, are any of the tunnels hotter or smellier than any of the other
You
ones?
can make a perception check.
Can I?
I
Can I?
am going to ask Spooky. Spooky, can I borrow a piece of paper from you?
Yeah.
I'm just thanks. And I'm gonna go to like a junction of tunnels, and I'm gonna drop it kind of equidistant from the tunnel and see which one it gets pulled towards, because it will float toward the hotter air.
Okay. Yeah. So you do that, and you watch it kind of float down and then kind of gently drift to the left.
Okay.
If
Yeah, that was a 1 for
Callie?
letters.
Science, baby.
Not natural. Just he's bad at
Callie's?
wisdom.
Callie's perception check.
Oh, are we doing another one on top of that?
Oh, what was your? I didn't hear what yours was.
Oh no, I wanted to use the armor, but if we figured it out, because I can do the.
You didn't get an exact, but you did see it kind of drift towards the left there. But there are a bunch of tunnels.
also
Can I use the Sky Singer's sense?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
worst case scenario, also, I have prepared something today that I can just name a location, and I find us the best way there.
That seems convenient.
That's like walking knock.
Essentially, yes.
23.
23. You kind of like close your eyes and you have a moment of like commune with the wild mother, as you're like, as someone who is used to her presenting in a certain way. This feels very very comfortable as you kind of wait patiently, and you can feel this sort of gentle breeze coming from a tunnel on your far left. And you can see like, and as you look over, you sort of like tunnel vision, you can tell that that's where it's coming from.
That one.
Nice. And I gotta give her a high five. Yeah.
Kind of. All right. So you head down that tunnel, and you can see it kind of like winds down. And as you go, you can see, like, you start to see veins of what look like gold in the walls. And you can see there is a tunnel that continues on, and then kind of branches off. And you can see on the right-hand side, it kind of continues on, and the left-hand side, you can see it has almost as if like part of it has collapsed, like inward, and then opens to a smaller tunnel that continues down, and it's fairly warm as you like head down.
We keep following the heat, right?
Yeah, you kind of crawl through. It's a bit more cramped, but you can see as you get down, you come to the edge of what you can see is like a large kind of basin, and you can see the entire basin is a massive lake of magma. And you just see kind of little thin threads of orange kind of dotted throughout it, but for the most part, it's looks kind of blackish, dark gray on top. There doesn't seem to be a lot. There's a little bit of shifting and movement, and that's when you start to see the kind of cracks. But other than that, it seems pretty. It seems more solid.
Was this supposed to be flowing?
This is it.
It is not supposed to be hardened like this.
No. You can see also, as you're looking through, you can see where another tunnel has punched through, and some like that tunnel, like has been draining the magma. You can see kind of flows down that way.
Letters, can you shut that off?
Not today, but Neppy probably can.
Not today.
Ah, nuts.
What if we take a rock, Yana, levitating a rock to block off?
Yeah, I could do that.
If we use potentially the sonic drill to, if in a place that is safe and will not collapse it in, we get a rock big enough and we plug the hole.
You see Clacko. I would love to use this again.
Yeah.
We also could think possibly about if we had anything to cool the magma down, we could use the flowing magma that's flowing down into the tunnel.
Wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if we could like harden it and then have it like flow over and then harden it some more, like we could have it basically fill that tunnel up.
I control flames. Nope. That won't be useful.
Control flames isn't cool lava.
Well, no.
Sad.
Whoopsie, someone else go.
Yeah, well, if we don't have any water making or cold making spells, then that's.
I have a horse that can like splash around.
You have a horse?
Yeah.
Oh,
Shadowfax.
Do you not remember Shadowfax?
How could I forget? How could I ever forget?
He's a semi-ethereal horse that likes shadows
And has one fact.
It's Shadowfax.
No, I've ridden Shadowfax. Facts. Or yes, I'm
saved
quite
my
familiar.
life once.
It's just one. It's just about the caldera.
Right.
Shadowfax.
Corona. See,
Corona.
I need to, get
No,
that
no.
horse back out here. I didn't hear it right. Get Shadowfax back out here. I want to see him splash around and fix this problem.
Petition.
I didn't understand how it would fix it, but at this point, I've forgotten the one Shadowfax he knows, and I feel confident that Shadowfax just splashing around is gonna solve our problems. Pull the trigger. You got.
Tell me it won't.
I'm bro Shadowfax. You just fucking. I can't summon Shadowfax. Go on.
I summon my staff and I look at everyone else. I feel like at this point someone would have told me not to, but
I have
What
one question.
harm is a horse dancing around in magma gonna do to anything aside from the horse?
Can I just ask one question before we get a horse jumping around in a sacred lava flow of a goddess?
oh, fuck.
I mean, yeah, Neppy, go for it.
Magrin, do you know why your mentor or whoever sealed you, who it was that sealed you in that crystal, put in the mithril wire in that box?
Shit, good question.
Yeah, that's it was a weave that he had just figured out. You can weave it into clothing, and it adds a layer of protection.
Hi.
Ah, wonderful.
Probably
5 of your heads, like 3 of your heads just went whoosh.
it kind of like it's probably enough for that little one.
Me?
Good to know.
Sorry,
Me?
Perhaps we go back to Svelin and get the tailor to weave that into your pants.
I can do
Or a
it
new
if I.
You can do it? Oh,
I
right.
was an apprentice. I know how to work the forge. That was
Once we get it going.
my training.
How?
Sorry,
No.
the Anvil Eternal was for making weapons and armor, artifacts.
Oh.
Yes, some of the most legendary weapons in the world. I'm sorry, I guess that was maybe a pertinent piece of information I could have told you, but I just assumed you.
Tim, is the top of the stream before the diversion? Is it flowing quite readily?
Or down into the tunnel?
Down into the down into the diversion.
It's somewhat slow. It seems like it was at one point. You can tell where the magma has kind of somewhat cooled as it's filled up somewhat, but it is still flowing. Yeah, but it's not like a heavy flow.
Okay.
I took this spell, but I don't know if it will be helpful right now. No, I don't think that's going to be helpful. I can control water, but I don't think we have any water.
If Ladders is controlling fire, and I have a bottle of water. Don't know what that was. A bottle of water. If we work them together, we can make a wall from the magma and cool it off.
I think it's the horse idea. I think we keep it simple, stupid. We send a horse in, and that solves the problem.
Okay.
Right?
It's just,
I don't know how much
with the rock.
I don't know how much a horse.
can we? Is there a safe piece of rock here? that we can jam in it.
Yeah, I mean, there's bits of rock kind of all around the edge.
There's a bunch back there.
Get that horse in that tunnel.
It's not like a carved. There is outcroppings of rock kind of all over.
Okay,
or do the horse thing.
I cast Phantom Steed. I create a large quasi-real horse that has no hit points. It is still it's ephemeral, and I cast it into the lava, and as it appears in the lava, it goes. The outside of oh my god! Fuck! There's lava everywhere. This is very disconcerting. It doesn't hurt, but it was startling.
Please repeat the facts so letters can learn.
Penumbra! It's a penumbra! The outside of a shadow! Oh, fuck!
Oh, penumbra. All right, Finn, and let's see your master plan to come together. You've got a horse, you've got lava.
Give her a tip and just make a big splash. Tip a splash, and then we'll try to cool it. Get the water ready. I didn't think this through.
What do you want me to do? This is the horse's job.
Not you. I'm talking to the horse and someone who can make cool things. Listen, I suggested
none of us can make cool things. I don't think.
None of my spells have any real physical interaction with the world except for the horse. It was my one thing I could offer to the table.
It's semi-ethereal.
Yeah, it only sort of does.
I mean, it's solid enough to ride.
He's standing on the magma, but then kind of slipping into it as it's shifting and moving. It doesn't seem to be able to. He's displacing a lot.
I put something on the table and really expected it to get shut down, and letters you really wanted it. So I like Shadowfax, just try to do like a side dive, bud.
It's kind of
Fall
looks at
down.
you, and it just kind of flops over, and he's sort of like, it's so strange. He's like hitting the magma and then sort of sinking, and then just like his ethereal nature just like brings him back up to the surface, and then he's sort of sinking, and then sort of brings him back up to the surface.
Listen, they can't all be winners, and I dismiss Shadowfax, and I go and sulk.
You want me to get the rock or?
Yeah, it
the horse?
sounds
I think that's a good idea, Yana.
Okay, let's get a
Do
rock.
you need magic for the drill?
What?
Is there like a rock back there?
I'm gonna put a
There's rocks in the
third.
chamber.
I'm gonna put
Okay.
a third level. It does divine magic work in it, or is it just magic?
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be like a crystal. It seems like some kind of coil.
I'm gonna put a third level spell slot into it.
Okay, so you see it like screams to life as this like high pitched sound like emits from it as it.
Have fun, Clack.
Oh yeah, what? Yeah, Yana, what rock do you need?
I don't know. You pick.
One big enough to fill the hole.
Just
Okay.
one for that.
You see,
But-
he just like dives into a cluster of.
You're gonna
like,
levitate it. So
there's
how
like
much
a
is-
stalagmite that he just like kind of breaks off at the base.
How
Kind of
much do
falls
you
over. It's like a
Bigger-
cone.
Nothing
500
bigger
pounds.
than 500 pounds, please.
He goes, "Oh, my bad," and he gets another one as the drill kind of winds down. But he gets a fairly large stalagmite.
Okay. And I cast levitate, and
Okay.
it goes.
Right
Okay.
where the horse was.
And you kind of sink it into the tunnel, almost like a plug. And you can see there's kind of like a splash of magma that comes up kind of around it. And you can see it like, as it kind of shifts and cools, it does sort of like start to cool and almost forms a seal around it. So you have stopped the magma flow.
Letters, can you create some heat at the top of the flow to try to break up some of the crust? That's
Yeah, all right, I'll try. Let me make
if
a
you can
bomb.
break up some of that crust, maybe the flow will start going.
I'll try to
Neppy,
make a
Neppy
bonfire
leans
on the
over to
crust.
Yana and goes, "That's the second seal I've ever made." So
Ah.
We're getting pretty good at that.
she holds out her hand for a high five.
Yeah. She jumps to high five you.
I reach my hand down so you don't have to
No,
jump.
she jumps.
She jumps anyway. Okay.
Just gotta jump.
I can spread fire to other flammable things. Man, control flames is not that great of a cantrip.
Oh, this cantrip doesn't work in this crazy situation.
I'm just saying, if I would have took like gust, there's been a lot of gust time.
Could you
This
bend
session
it?
Would have been useful here.
As Letters starts creating fire, Finn, I'm gonna shoot some Eldritch Blasts at like
Okay.
tactical points to try to crack through the like surface layer of like cooled magma here.
Yeah, you see that seems to like as you're breaking off chunks, you see the like the kind of the orange magma kind of busts through, and you
It'll
can
get
see
real
the-
hot soon.
it immediately starts feeling hotter in this chamber as you're kind of hit with this wave as like you can see the like the magma kind of spills over, and you can see some of the hardened crust starts to sink down. As you can see that like there seems to be somewhat more movement as things start to warm up.
We just broke a dam.
You notice as it starts to shift and move, it's not fully there yet. You might need to do some more. But like you see as the heat starts to rise, it's still fairly bearable. But you are starting to have flashbacks of the forge that you found yourself in the Temple of the Raven Queen. But you see on the edges of the walls that seem to like creep up all the way, you can see kind of almost like vein-like structures start to appear that all seem to sort of lead up towards what you now can see is like a vent at the top. You can see it's just kind of faint, but you can see it's starting to glow, these orange and red veins.
Are there any stalagmites or stalactites, sorry, on the top of this? Above the
some
lava?
at the edge of the lava. You can see kind of near the edges of the basin.
Do any look sort of precarious-y?
You could certainly try to knock one down.
Okay.
Absolutely.
pull my gun off.
If you want to save the bullet, I can do force.
I don't mind. I'll cast
Right.
Heavenly Bullet and shoot.
Yeah. Okay, make an attack roll.
I'll be a 22.
Yeah. You see as like it slams into it, you see it kind of and it falls down into the magma. And you see this big, massive splash kind of envelops it as it sinks down and displaces all the crust around it as it starts to move again. And you can see that like the whole chamber almost starts to shift as the magma is now moving quite a bit. There is a massive wave of heat as you do that, as it is now approaching the point where it is almost unbearable.
We should probably get out of here before more magma comes, because like there's probably a bit of a backlog waiting to pour in.
You can see it's almost at the point where it needs to be. You can see there's like, it's kind of like, it's still sort of a dull glow.
As we're backing out, I'm shooting Eldritch Blasts at like points that look like they could crack the crust.
Okay, so as you get the last few, this kind of blast of heat shoots out. I will need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Just Finnan or
And
all of
I
us?
would have been the last person out of the room. I would have been
yeah.
doing this as everyone left.
Just Finnan. You all sort of feel it, but you're far enough back.
That is a 16.
Okay. You feel this wave of heat. You do take a little bit of damage.
Yep.
You take 12 points of fire damage. As you like this kind of blast of heat sears your face a bit.
Doesn't have eyebrows anymore.
You see massive chunks kind of break off as the whole thing just kind of whoosh, there's this like spiral effect almost as the whole chamber starts to move and swirl. You can see the veins kind of like light up in this kind of intense light that kind of shines out down the tunnel as you all back up into the tunnel.
Magrin, I think your hearth is reheated.
I think it is. Let's go.
Shall we?
As like you all begin to make your way back up, that is where we will end it tonight.
For like
Reignited
3 more hours.
the Hearth
Gosh.
of Ages.
Oh wow.
Sweet. Let's get her to make us stuff.
We need to connect a portal from here to the Blackwater Keep, so that we can keep going back and forth and forge some dope shit.
Oh.
We're gonna
Something just went
Yeah,
click.
you got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll talk about that after.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
The moment
Oh
you
yeah,
said
we
that,
should reforge the thingy.
the hand of
Bish.
IO. Yeah.
I gotta
Oh,
hallow
also
that
just, like-
shit first.
We have like a master forger and a master forge, and also we control the existence of their soul. So like, she's gotta work for us.
No.
And with that, let us just earn the spurs.
And you earned your spurs.
We didn't think he was
Guys,
evil,
that's-
but then we found out
Just
his
like that.
stance on souls and sort of their
And
value as a
morality.
currency and slavery.
Leverage.
Dude.
It's called leverage. Supply and
currency.
demand.
Blackmail,
We have the
extortion.
supply of the safety to their soul, and they demand that we don't
You
destroy
chat
that.
you chat
Letters
with
is
one
a
of the
consummate
Souls is
businessman.
chat with
business.
you go down and chat with like a chain devil or something. The first thing it says is like, I'm not a bad guy. It's just about leverage. I control the souls. It's just business.
It's all about
Look,
rules.
people down here need souls. I have
Networking.
access to soul.
I'm not doing
Jeez.
anything wrong. That they gave me the souls.
Yeah.
Listen, there's a
They
lot of talk
signed the
down here in
contract.
hell about like, a healthcare system. That sounds like socialism to me, and that's not how we do things in hell. All right, we do things a certain way. Like
Woof. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us tonight, and thank you so much for joining us on this like amazing saga through the money hole, and thank you for being with us through 25 streaming episodes. That's pretty
Yes.
cool for us as a group that always talked about, before quarantine and COVID happened, we always talked about wanting to do a podcast and joked about streaming. And then this just happened, and we played online one night and we're like, we could stream that 2 days from now, and never knew it would turn into this. So this doesn't exist without you folks, or it does exist. It exists in my living room, but not like this. So thank you all so much, and happy 100.
Yeah.
My sweet Blackwater babies.
Well, happy 25th for
weekend.
you guys.
25th for you guys, 100 for
100
us.
for us.
Mhm.
We will be back
Not 100
Monday
for me.
with Chatwater, where it's going to be myself and Tim and Yanis, and we're going to be talking about what makes good role
Sean?
play and how to be. Sean is not, unfortunately, joining us on Monday, which is why we have Tim coming in. And then we have Behind the Screen on Wednesday for some folks joining to talk about D&D or DMing. Of course, we always talk about D&D. And then we will be back as well on Saturday for our normal stream. We love you guys. And Lennon, you have to every time now.
Every time.
The
Every time.
contract.
It's in the contract.
It's
The
in
law,
the
and you're not drinking a White Claw,
Also-
so you have to adhere to the law.
fire elemental who wants to bring healthcare to all of the 9 hells. Bernie Sanders.
Fuck,
Yes.
Matt. That's the third time. I realize that I'm the one in control of this, and it's still live.